Are we live?
We are alive, my good
All
man.
right, we need to sound check this thing before I go into a monologue.
Ooh, Patrick does like a good monologue. I would say it sounds pretty good. Yeah, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
Hello and welcome. We are what is left of the Wayward Inquisition. Courtney, unfortunately, has come down with the sickness that her wonderful hubby has given her. Courtney, why? Just why? We were supposed to be westing in the Wicked tonight. But no, as with all things that happen whenever there is a cancellation of the Duchess, the Queen herself, Courtney, it comes down to, hey, you want to do Man's Country? And guess what? This is only the second installment of Man's Country.
It is.
When Jonas asked me what I would like this to be titled, I said, Men Talking Men, parentheses, a talk. What does that mean? You'll find out. Have I thought about this all day? Yes. Did I come up with anything cool? Many. Did I decide on any of them? We'll find out. But this is one of the rare things you will ever see from us, the Wayward Inquisition, Man's Country.
Man's Country.
So, Jonas, background.
So, Patrick.
Why do we call it Man's Country?
Good question.
Because I think you came up with it.
It was kind of a combo, I think, between Courtney and I, because as you are well aware, Courtney and I are religiously SpongeBob fanatics. We are obsessed with it. It's the greatest thing to grace humanity. One of. And in the SpongeBob movie...
Is this why the photo of the SpongeBob movie was on the post?
Yep. SpongeBob and Patrick are setting out to get to Shell City, and it's basically like this county line, and they go across it, and they were told, like, oh, you all won't last a minute out there. And as they're going, like, Patrick does this little speech, and he's like, yeah, there's no room for a double bubble blowing baby out here in Man's Country. And then SpongeBob's like, but Patrick, we blew that bubble.
I've never seen SpongeBob.
He has not.
I will be turning
wild.
30 this year, and I have never seen SpongeBob. Which is another reason why I'm not really part of Beep Boop Bop, because 90% of your all's references are SpongeBob, and I just sit here going,
Yep. We quote SpongeBob a lot.
Yes. Yes, you all do. And I get, is mayonnaise an instrument? And no, this is Patrick. And that's it. That is it. The only reason why I get is mayonnaise an instrument is because he was holding a trumpet, and I was a trumpet player in high school.
Hey.
The only reason why I get no, this is Patrick is because guess what? My name's Patrick. So those are the only two that I understand. And you know what? It's gotten me through 30 years.
Those are two good ones, by the way.
Until I married my wife, Jessica, who makes SpongeBob quotes all the time. And I have no idea what she's saying. And then you and Courtney came along. And now I'm even more confused. But you know what? Still haven't watched it.
You're missing out, my man.
I don't know.
I don't know when, I don't know how, but one day we gotta do a sit down and just watch, it doesn't have to be a whole season or anything.
Just the most
just watch a couple
culturally
episodes.
referenced episodes.
And then you can take the ball and start running with it,
So, historically, whenever I say historically, I mean the only other episode we've done of Man's Country. What we did is we drank alcohol.
We did.
I smoked a cigar. Jonas did not partake in the cigar, even though it would have been much more manly if he did.
It would have, but that's why I am the protege, and this is the man master.
You can call it that. And then we made Jonas do something he did not want to do, and that was
Mhm.
paint minis.
I crafted,
You did craft, and it
and it
wasn't bad.
no,
It was, as I told you, if you gave that to me, it would be a very good starting point for me to do all the detail work and turn it into something fantastic. But for a first time, not knowing what you were doing, you know what?
It,
I'd
yeah.
give you like a 7 out of 10 on that one.
Hey,
Yeah, for not wanting to do it and all that stuff, it was pretty darn good. You know what we're not doing tonight?
painting.
We're not painting because I didn't bring any painting stuff out here,
No,
and we just
no.
decided this today. And
We
I've already
did.
tortured you in that way once. So we're going to start today with a question, Jonas.
Oh,
Because I don't know if you all figured this out, but man's country is really just Jonas once upon a time said that I was the manliest man that he knew. So now I have to figure
Mhm.
out what skills is Jonas lacking in being a man, because he's a man. You got
I
a
am.
dick, right?
I do.
Yeah, he's a man. So,
It's very useful.
Jonas,
Patrick,
what is something that you think a man should know that you don't know?
ooh, what should a man know? Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. How to start a fire, like Wilderness do the whole little.
All right.
We probably shouldn't do that.
We
in
probably
here.
shouldn't do that in here. And you know the one thing that my wife tells me that I'm absolute trash at as a man?
Yeah.
Starting a fire.
Oh.
I understand how it works. I can never keep them alive.
Yeah. Because I understand. You got to have kind of your starter. You have the real brittle stuff that will catch fire.
The kindling.
And then, you move that to the actual fire to get it going. You got to do the little thing. And it's sorcery.
Do you know how I start a fire whenever I'm out camping? I bring a fire starter.
Nice.
It's not lighter fluid. It's not anything like that. They're called like tumblers,
Mm-hmm.
and it is dried straw that they've like wrapped together like a rope. And since it's dried straw, it just catches like crazy.
Nice. I bet. Yeah.
So I'll put like 3 of those down. I'll go get bark, little twigs, stuff like that. I will get the fire starter started.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2/3 of that little triangle of the fire starter that I've made, I'll put that stuff on. So that way it still has an air hole. Once all the kindling is started, I'll get bigger twigs. I think you see where I'm going with this. Once that's
Okay.
started, I'll get bigger twigs.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that's really going, I'll get a log.
Hey.
I understand how the whole thing is supposed to work. So you get a twig,
Mm-hmm.
more like a branch.
Yeah.
That's dry.
It's gonna be a nice, sturdy thing.
You whittle the one into a point. You find a flat piece of wood that is also extremely dry, no moisture. You, as fast as you can, to like try to burrow a little hole into it, and then you get little pieces of kindling. So usually you take the knife and you whittle off small little strips of wood, dry wood.
Yep.
Cannot stress this enough.
Dry is
Dry
very
wood.
important.
Dry wood. If it's any sort of wet, it ain't working. This is the one time in a man's life to where if it's wet, it ain't going to work. So you put that little stuff around the hole. You go back in there and you just keep going with all your might to try to get that friction going.
Yep.
And then you hope one of those little pieces of kindling light, and then you pack it all together, gently blow, gently blow, gently blow, yet a little bit more, gently blow. And then you transport it to where the leaves and the bark are. And then you start that same process that I just described.
Yes.
Yes. Another way to do it
Mm-hmm.
is you carry a 9-volt battery and steel wool.
Interesting technique.
Yes. The steel wool, if you put it to the positive and negative of the 9-volt battery,
Mm-hmm.
will catch fire.
Oh,
and you can use that to start
yes.
the fire. You can also use, they sell them in like Bass Pro, Walmart, Meijer, all that stuff. You may have seen them depending on if you've gone to the camping area.
Mm-hmm.
It is a block that looks like a piece of aluminum. And then it's on a keychain. And it has like this saw looking thing on it. That is a magnesium block that has a flint on one side of it. And then that little saw, it's got a little saw on one side so that way you can scrape some of the magnesium off.
Yeah.
Then the other side is steel. So you take the block, start on the corner, just scrape away at it, get a little pile of magnesium, turn it around, go to the side of the block with the steel, and you produces a spark, magnesium lights, then you build your fire around that.
Nice, nice.
Or you can do the whole lighter fluid thing,
Mhm.
which I don't recommend if you're in a very dry area, because if you spray the lighter fluid on there and you spray too much or let it sit for too long, whenever you strike the match, it's going to blow the air up in your face.
Yeah, no good.
No,
No good.
watched somebody build a massive fire at their house whenever I was in high school at a band party. And they built this massive, like, I'm talking like 4 foot tall mound of brush.
Ooh.
And then proceeded to pour a 5-gallon jug
Oh gosh.
of gasoline on it. Forgot the fire starter, went to go get it, came back, lit it, and the air exploded because of the fumes.
Yep.
And it burned the crap out of his face, and he had to perform the next day for marching band with a half-burned face.
Ouch.
Yes.
Ouch. Yeah. No. Bad.
No. No.
No. Yeah. I ordered myself from Amazon. It's like a little like flint rod, and so I just, if I need to, I can.
Yep.
Yep. I have this whole little corner in my closet that's like, this is the SHTF corner.
Yep. You can also, you have one of these. Yes, YouTube. This is a 6.5 Creedmoor.
Hey.
If you have like a pair of pliers in your pack, you can extract the bullet from the casing, pour the black powder out, light it, because black powder, even though it goes boom in here, if it's in a line, it burns slow.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do it that way too. But then you've expended a cartridge, and you better hope you don't get attacked by a bear. Around here, not that big of a worry.
No, we're pretty good here.
What else do you think you should know?
Ooh.
Be considered a man.
Be considered a man. We did the drinking whiskey part.
We did the
last
drinking whiskey
time.
part.
You know, kind of alcohol in general. It's kind of a man. You know, you gotta drink that hard stuff, but it's gross. It's no good.
It is good.
Maybe in some milk.
Okay, look. If you're going to have proper bourbon, you have proper bourbon with a very large ice block or ice ball in it.
Yes.
You slowly sip on that bourbon while you consume like a 20-ounce T-bone or a porterhouse or a sirloin, something of the red meat variety, grilled open and open flame. That is when bourbon tastes good.
Nice.
I cannot stress that enough. It also tastes really good if you are the one grilling said meat and you are consuming it while grilling said meat, especially if you are in your cooking apron that is made out of leather and has all your thermometers and tongs in it. That is also peak being a man.
Oh, yeah. I haven't grilled, but I know I could do it. So I'm not worried about that one.
Propane grilling is not grilling.
Oh. Do you hear that,
Hot
everybody?
take, propane grilling is not grilling. Having a pellet smoker is not smoking.
Lay it on us, Patrick. What is the proper grilling technique?
Proper grilling technique is over an open flame produced by a campfire where you use the coals from the campfire, or you buy, I cannot stress this enough, you do not buy briquettes. Potential spam.
Yeah, spam.
You do not buy, listen, look at me.
I'm
You
looking.
do not buy briquettes. You
No
buy
briquettes.
lump charcoal.
Lump charcoal.
Lump charcoal. You do not use lighter fluid to light said lump charcoal. You do not buy any bag that says Easy Light. You don't.
No
No.
easy light. Okay.
No. You buy your lump charcoal.
Mm-hmm.
You buy said fire starter, preferably the one that I mentioned earlier, the tumbleweeds, because it's just natural dried straw.
Yep.
You then get a chimney.
Ooh, a chimney.
Yes. If I would have thought about this, I would have brought mine in. It is literally a thing made out of steel.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a basket that points up in the bottom of it. It's got a bunch of holes in the bottom. You fill it about an inch to the top with your charcoal. You set it down on the grill. You take your fire starter, you put it underneath, light it. 20 minutes later, coals will be white. You do not grill unless the coals are white.
Ooh, white.
If they are not white, because that means they are hot, they are burning hot. If they are still partially black, you will get that disgusting charcoal taste on the meat.
Okay.
You wait until they are white. The reason why you don't use fuel or anything like that is because the lighter fluid will change the taste.
Yep.
Of the meat. Even though you've let it burn for a while, it's still there. Easy Light charcoal is just made with the fire starter already in it that is chemical based. You will get that taste. So once they are white hot, you will lay that down into the grill. Then you will put your normal grilling rack in. You will close the grill. You will let it come up to temp. You will open it. You will put your hand over it. If you can hold your hand there for more than 3 seconds, it is not hot enough. You control the temperature through slats on the bottom of the grill by opening up more or less airflow. Once you cannot hold your hand there for more than 3 seconds, you can throw the meat down on the grill. It will sear so fast that it will not stick to the grill.
Ooh.
Yes. Now, quick tip. If you are using said lump charcoal and you have not used any chemicals to light it, the lump charcoal, when it is white, is perfectly safe to put the meat directly onto the coals for the best sear of your life. So you will throw it, if you are a man, you will throw it directly onto those hot lump charcoal. Directly.
Yeah.
Not
like
the grate.
Yeah, no
directly.
grate. Yeah.
You will leave it there for 1 minute and 30 seconds. You will flip it over, put it there for 1 minute, 30 seconds. You will then take all those coals and push it to one side of the grill. You will then take the meat and you will put it on the opposite side of the grill. This is a hot side and a cold side.
Mm-hmm.
You will close the vent hole to that side of the grill. You
Okay.
will slightly crack open the air hole on the hot side of the grill. If your grill has a stack, so like an exhaust port out the top, mine has 2. I close the one over the hot side and leave the one on the cold side open. If you don't have that, you will make sure you put the meat on the side with the stack and the coals on the opposite side.
Okay.
This will cause more like an oven bake. You will not lose any juice because you have seared the crust, so it will keep the juice inside. It will then slowly come to temperature. Once it has come to your desired doneness, which, as I will put this, medium rare. Anything past medium rare is shoe leather and not fit consumable for anything USDA Prime or above. USDA Prime is nicely marbled. You can get better.
Yeah.
But for our tax brackets, USD Prime is a stretch. Once it has come to your desired temperature, I prefer to cook mine to 135. That is about a medium rare. I should also preference that you want your steaks, if you are doing ribeye, cut 1.5 inches thick.
Ooh.
Yes. And you season salt, pepper, and garlic. Garlic powder, not actual garlic. You will put the garlic into the butter that you put on it later, but we're not to that point yet. You will, both sides and the 1.5 inch cut. So top, bottom,
and
sides.
Yep.
Yes. When it has come to temp, you will remove it, and then you will pick it up with your tongs, fat cap down, so the side with all the fat on it, and you will hold that against the hot coals for 1.5 minutes. This will render further the fat to where it's actually consumable, juicy, and one of the best parts of the steak. You will then set it aside for 5 to 10 minutes without cutting. It will continue to slightly cook, still in the center, and we'll let the juices go back to the crust. So that way every part is juicy. Before this, you will take butter, room temperature butter. You will take garlic paste. You will put it into the room temperature butter and you will whip it.
Garlic paste.
Garlic paste. You will whip it. Then you will salt it and you will whip it again. Then you will form it into a round ball shape and put it back into the fridge. When you serve the steak, whenever you put it on the plate, you will put a dollop of that butter on top to let it melt out. Then you cut the steak and then you will eat it and you will say, "Dang, Patrick, that was amazing."
That does sound pretty darn amazing.
So we're going to go to smoking now. You're going to smoke. If you use pellets and one of those grills that you can control from your phone through Bluetooth, you're retarded.
That sounds lame.
It is lame.
That sounds unmanly.
It is unmanly.
You don't smoke your meats through a Bluetooth app.
No, but that's what they're selling you.
Oh my goodness.
I do not do a lot of smoking because it is time consuming and I have 3 children and a wife and this is already time consuming and I work full time.
Yes, you
So
are
I do
a very
not
busy
smoke
man.
very much. What I have is a pit barrel. Is exactly what it sounds like. It is a 35-gallon barrel that sits on a stand, has holes drilled into it, and you put the charcoals in the bottom. Then you hang meat from the top, and it smokes that way with charcoal. You will take, for the smoking, you will take chunks of apple or maple or whatever wood flavor you desire. You will soak it in water for 2 hours.
Oh.
Whenever you go to put the meat in, you will throw that wet wood onto your coals. That's where the smoke and flavor comes from.
Ah, I see.
Yes. Now then, some people still consider that cheating. Because if you are going to truly smoke something, you use what is called an offset smoker. This is what you see at all the big barbecue places. Where you got the big giant thing that lifts up. There's that rectangular box that sits off to the side. You throw actual logs in there and start it up. This is what my service writer Gavin at work does because he is from Texas and he hates all of our barbecue up here. So he spent thousands of dollars to learn how to barbecue correctly, and he now has one of these smokers.
Sweet.
It is a labor of love.
Oh,
You will start at 10 o'clock at night. You will get up at midnight, go out, check it, stoke the fire, spray it, the brisket down. Then you will get back up at 2 in the morning. You will stoke the fire. You will spray it down with whatever, apple cider vinegar, whatever you're doing, injecting it with whiskey, whatever.
Yeah.
You do it every 2 hours for 15 hours.
Dang.
And then whenever it's done, after that 15 hours, you take it out, wrap it up in butcher paper, put it in the oven, not a hot oven, just an oven, so that way it's out of the way. Don't turn the oven on. You let it sit there for like 2 or 3 hours to finish internally cooking. And then you pull it out. And then whenever you put your hand on it, it should just fall apart. Yes.
Nice.
If I had the time and money to get into smoking like that, I would. But unfortunately, I don't. So I just prefer to grill.
Nice.
What else, Jonas?
Oh, gosh. I don't know, man.
Oh, no?
I don't know.
All right, Jonas. What is something that you own that you should probably know better how it operates, but you don't.
Oh boy. Yeah. This guy right here.
Well, this is YouTube Live.
Yes.
We're not going to do that,
No.
but I can try to explain in terms that will not get us flagged.
We're talking handguns, people.
So, you're carrying Canic.
Indeed.
Correct? Yes, Canic. Canic has a very European style of gunsmithing. What that means is as where we think of like the European gunsmithing, we always think Glock.
Mm-hmm.
Canic is not that. So basically, how this works is have you taken it apart to clean? Have you taken the slide off?
Yes, I have cleaned this one once.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whenever you take the slide off, you now
Mhm.
have two separate components. The slide is not considered a firearm.
No.
It is not. It is not considered a firearm. What is considered a firearm is the trigger assembly.
Mm.
Case in point. My SIG P320. Normally on handguns, the entire lower assembly. So whenever you take the slide off, everything left is considered the firearm. SIG, their trigger assemblies are separate as a full unit out of the grip. So the trigger assembly is stamped.
Okay.
On a Glock, the trigger assembly is built into the bottom half. So the entire bottom half is considered a firearm. Canic's the same way. The trigger assembly is integrated into the handle.
Okay.
How that works is that there's a bunch of pins that just hold everything in. It's not
Mhm.
screws or anything else like that. It's pinned. So your trigger, where your trigger sits, it has a little pin that goes through it. All right. That trigger has a metal rod that sits onto it that is bent. So it comes straight up and is bent and comes back to a spring. So whenever you pull that trigger, it moves the rod up, which moves the spring. All right. That spring is usually seen at the top of the handle whenever you have these slide off. That spring goes into a detent. What I mean by detent is there's a hole in the slide with a little metal piece in it that is usually has like a little ball bearing or it's held in by spring pressure. Glocks are by spring pressure.
Mm-hmm.
These are by spring pressure on the Canics, if I'm remembering correctly. That detent is directly connected to the firing pin. So whenever it's pushed up, it releases the firing pin, moves forward. Whenever you slide it back, that motion locks the firing pin into its rearmost section against a spring. Whenever it comes forward, that detent is now lined up with that spring. When you pull the trigger, moves the rod, which moves the spring, which pushes up on the detent, moving it out of the way of the firing pin, which allows the spring on the firing pin to propel it forward into the primer, igniting the powder, pushing the projectile out of the barrel. That is 90% of firearms. AR, same way, just a little bit more components because the higher load. Even a bolt action rifle, whenever you slide the bolt back, there is still a detent that releases the firing pin that is inside of the bolt. So that's why whenever you come forward and you bring it down, that's lining the detent back up with the lever that's attached to the trigger.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes. How much more can I go into this? So, as you know, the difference between your Canic and my Canic, yours is a compact. It does not have a ported slide.
No. Yeah.
Mine is a full size with a ported slide. The ported slides is usually an option that you put on to competition guns. It makes the slide lighter, which means that whenever it reciprocates, it will go back into the closed position ready to fire faster. What this also means is that since it's lighter, if you are not using a higher grain of powder, so like you'll notice you'll go by like you'll have a 55 grain, Full Metal Jacket 5.56, then you can get a 65 grain
Yeah.
and all of that. That relates to weight of the bullet and sometimes can also mean a different powder load. Usually a higher powder load is designated by a plus P. You can get a 9mm FMJ plus P. That means it has more powder in it.
Ooh.
Yes. If you're going to run plus P through your firearm, you need to make sure the firearm is rated for plus P. Usually it's stamped on the gun. So if you have a ported slide and you use regular ammunition, you will be more prone to jamming because the slide will not have enough oomph to go back and come forward to load the next one in because the spring pressure is too high on the recoil spring.
Ah.
Yes. What the porting in the slide also helps with is that whenever the gases come out of the slide or out of the barrel, some of them roll behind the barrel. It will then travel down the barrel to the slide as it's moving, go out those ports, and will help minimize some recoil from the lighter slide.
Mm-hmm.
You will still have a little bit more recoil than a non-ported slide. But through proper technique, you can get back on target faster. This is where the compensators enter in. There's three different types of compensators. So, first style, threaded onto the barrel. All right. It is part of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
It goes on like a suppressor. It's got slats that point directly at your face. They are angled, pointing straight back at you. But whenever the projectile comes out, once it leaves the barrel and goes into the compensator, it's just an open space. What happens is that the projectile comes out. The gases then go into that space and then expands. It only has two places to go, forward and back at your face. The gases that come out of the compensator back at your face actually force the barrel down.
Oh,
so your
nice.
muzzle rise is not as high. That's the most common form of compensator that you will see. The second form of compensator that you will see is what was featured in the first John Wick with the H&K P30L.
Yeah?
That compensator, if you watch, does not move with the barrel or the slide. Because every time you shoot, the barrel slightly comes up on a handgun. If you watch, the compensator does not move. It is a modified version of a compensator you can buy from H&K for the P30L. The difference is that what we can buy from H&K does not have the slats in the top, like the previous compensator I said, or the compensator that was in the John Wick movie. It is just a steel weight that hangs off the front of the gun in front of the barrel.
Oh.
There's nothing on top. It literally just goes into the Picatinny rail on the bottom, and it's heavy.
And it's just,
it's just
hold
heavy.
It. Yeah.
So that's the second type. The third type, I have one. It is not currently on a pistol because that pistol currently is not working. It's called mass-driven compensator. They are not very popular because it's a very odd mechanism.
Okay.
So it also takes more to get it on. You have to disassemble the slide.
Ooh.
Where your recoil spring is. You know how it has that nice little like plastic piece that the spring sits in?
Mm-hmm.
You remove that plastic piece. You put a new plastic piece in with the spring. That plastic piece extends in front of the barrel. So it comes out the front. Where you put the compensator on, which has its own spring that goes in and then capped with an Allen head screw.
Oh, wow.
The compensator that's mass-driven also has the slats that point back at your face. When you fire, projectile comes out, slide comes back. gases come out the compensator. Compensator flies forward.
Hold on. So it like
It goes,
detaches from
yep, it rides that spring on the
Mhm.
extended piece of your recoil holder.
That's weird.
Yep. Flies out. So not only is the gases coming out the top, lowering it down, it's also throwing all this mass, which is why it's called mass driven, forward to also force the barrel down to get back on target.
That's wild.
Downside.
Somebody engineered that.
Yes. Downside.
Mm-hmm.
You like the pretty coating on your slide?
Ooh, yeah.
There ain't going to be a pretty coating on the front of that slide after a while because one, like they're not heavy, but at those speeds, that's a lot of smacking. Yeah.
Yep, that's gonna just chip away at it.
Yes. It's not fun. But boy, does it keep your barrel down.
I bet.
Ask me how I know. I've used one.
Yeah.
I own one. They are completely legal to have. It's not like a suppressor. You can just buy these and put it on. Nobody cares. But do not carry with one. I cannot stress this enough. If you are going to conceal or open carry a firearm legally, and you ever get into a situation of self-defense, not only do you have to make sure that the situation of self-defense that you're going to use it in is adequate to prove that it was self-defense and you needed to use it in a court of law of your peers.
Mm-hmm.
If there is any modification to the firearm, compensator, red dot sight, you put in a 3-pound trigger whenever it came with a 5-pound trigger. You swapped out the backing plate on your Glock from the normal Glock backing plate to something that says like, I don't know, like God Country Guns.
Yeah.
Your court case just went out the window because you've now modified the gun in a way to where it would make it easier to take somebody's life.
Oh.
And then you carried it with the intent to use it in that way. If you're going to carry a firearm, you carry it the way that it came out of the box. If it came out of the box with a red dot and a compensator, it came out of the box.
Then
that's how it came from the factory.
Interesting. That's really bizarre.
There is no laws against it. It is the way the lawyers use it in court cases that make it ill-advised.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That's tactically smart on the lawyer's part.
Yes. The worst part about getting into a self-defense situation is not the self-defense situation. It is the 1.5 years of court cases that follow. And the bankruptcy that it will declare.
Sheesh.
Yes. Yes.
Well, hopefully we never have to.
Nope. What else is something that you own that you should definitely know more about, but you don't?
I feel like you're hinting towards something.
I don't know. I'm just obvious. I know of like 4 things that you own that you have no idea how it operates, and you really should.
One would be my car.
Guess what, Jonas? What am I by day?
A madman.
What is my profession by day?
Patrick is a mechanic at the Porsche store.
You didn't even say it right. I'm very disappointed in you.
I know. I did that on purpose.
I know you did. I know you did. I know you did.
He's one of them tinkerers.
You can call it that. Your car, Jonas.
My car.
It's
great.
There is 3 things every man should know how to do to his car to be considered a man.
Probably oil change. Change tire. And
change your brakes.
Oh, brakes.
Yes. When we say change your tire, I do not mean take the tire off the wheel. I mean, get the tire off the car and put your spare on. Jonas.
Patrick.
You drive a Honda.
I do.
which is the easiest car to maintain by yourself.
I love Honda.
They are cheap, they are efficient, and you can do most of your servicing in your driveway and not have to pay somebody an outrageous amount of money to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Your oil. We'll start with that. I, once upon a time, a long time ago, in the great state of New Jersey, worked at a Honda dealer as a lube tech. A lube tech is a guy that just changes oil. That is his entire job.
Yep.
Just change oil. So I've changed many an oil on a Honda product. First things you do is you get the engine hot. You go not hot like you just got off the interstate,
Mm-hmm.
but like fired up, drive around the
It's-
block twice.
Yeah.
With your car being low, you buy a set of ramps. Ramps, they make specific ramps for doing oil changes at home. They're usually black, made out of plastic.
Mm-hmm.
You drive up onto them. Whenever you get to the top, there is a divot for your tires to fall into and a nice piece in the front to keep you from driving off the other end.
Nice.
That raises the car up enough for you to get underneath of it. At that point, you pop the hood. You put the hood up. You put your little stick over to hold the hood up. You take the cap off your oil fill. That will be located on the valve cover of the engine. Usually has a picture of the old school oil pourer.
Yep.
Some cars will even say oil, or like in Helldivers, E710.
That's good stuff.
Yes. Once the cap is removed, you will get a pan, preferably a 10-quart pan.
Mm-hmm.
Put it underneath the car. I believe on your car, you will get a 13 or a 14 millimeter wrench or socket and ratchet. You will locate the drain plug. Your car is front wheel drive, which means the engine is on top of the transmission, and they are very close together. The drain for the transmission and the drain for the engine oil. If it is a flatter, smoother piece of metal without fins carved into it, that's the oil pan. You will remove the 13 or 14 millimeter nut. You will remove it all the way. Oil will proceed to flow out like you have been in Texas and you hit gold.
Nice.
You will catch it in the pan.
Yes.
Whenever you purchase the parts for your oil, you will get a new sealing ring for the drain plug. You will get an oil filter. It will be a nice, usually blue. If you get a Honda one, it'll be a blue oil filter, like the nice tin color.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have the black ring on the front. When the oil is done draining, usually how I do it at work is whenever it just starts dripping, it's good. You take the sealing ring off, you put the new one on, thread it in by hand. You will then take that wrench and you will go down until you feel it get snugged, and then you'll go about 20 degrees more. I believe the proper torque is 25 foot-pounds. It's been a while.
Ooh.
But usually if you get to that snug point, then you give it another like 20, 25 degrees of the
Yeah.
real oomph. It's fine. If I'm remembering correctly, the oil filter is on the bottom of the engine
Mm-hmm.
towards the front on the passenger side.
Okay.
They're supposed to be put on hand tight. If a mechanic has done it,
Mm-hmm.
it's not hand tight. If you have taken it to Valvoline, it's not hand tight. That sucker's been wrenched on there. So if you can't get it off with your hand,
Mm-hmm.
they make an oil filter wrench. It is a claw. Whenever I say claw, I mean you've got the two things that come down that you grab a hold of to move it open. There will be a little thing that comes off the side, probably about as long as my finger right here, and there will be 3 indentions that poke out. The other side will come up like this, about twice as long. It'll have indentions,
Mm-hmm.
indentions. You will put that claw onto it. You will squeeze, but not too hard, because if you squeeze too hard, you will break it, and then you will get sprayed in the face by oil.
Ew.
You will crack it loose, and then you will take it off with your hand, moving your drain bucket underneath of that. Oil will come out. When it comes out, You will check to see if the black sealing ring is still on the oil filter. If it is not on the oil filter, it's still where it is on the car. If you put the new oil filter on with that ring there and you start up the car, guess what? It's called a double gasket. Oil is going to flow very highly, very high pressured everywhere in a circle out from there. All over your engine, all over the ground.
Ooh,
It's not going to be fun.
no.
So you take it off. You dip a finger into the waste oil. You put the oil around the sealing. You put it on, screw it on till it gets snug, and you put your hand on it and you go, and you don't touch it again. You will then go back to the top side of the car. You will get a funnel. You will get, I believe on your car, it's 5W30 is the correct oil. I would recommend Mobil 1 because it's not on these shirts. Anyways, we use Mobil 1
Oh, nice.
at the dealer. You will then put 4.5 quarts in. You will back the car off the ramps by turning the engine on, putting it in reverse, backing off the ramps.
Yes.
Once you are off the ramps and on level ground, you will turn the engine off, put the hood back up. There is usually a dipstick that is yellow. It is bright yellow handle on it. Sometimes even has that little emblem of the little oil pot on it. You will take that out, clean it off with a rag, put it back in, take it out. At the end, there will be a line and 2 lines and usually squigglies in between.
Yes.
That's min-max. You want to be in between those two.
Yes, you do.
If you don't see the oil, you put a 1/2 quart in. Then you check again. If you are in between those two, congratulations. You change your oil. Tire. If you get a flat and you don't want to pay for a tow truck, you should have a spare tire in the trunk underneath the floor.
I do.
There should also be a jack kit.
Ooh.
Yes. If your car has a spare, it's supposed to have a jack kit in it from the manufacturer. You will take said jack kit out. On your Honda, it's what we use, or it's what we call pinch welds, where the underside of the car and the side of the car come together manufacturing. Those 2 pieces of metal come up, they flare them out, and they tack weld them together. It creates a nice channel all the way down the sides of the car. The jack, normally, on the top of it, it's flat, and then it comes down to a V. That V goes on that pinch weld.
Okay.
Usually they are a screw type. So it will have a wrench with a hook on one end that hooks into a hole, and then you do this, turns the center bolt, which then raises the jack. You will do that until said flat wheel is off the ground. Then you will take the wrench that is usually in this, and you will put it on the lug nut, and you go to the left. Because to the right is righty-tighty.
Righty-tighty.
Left is lefty-loosey.
Yes, it is.
You will break all those bolts loose, take all the bolts out, take the tire off.
Yes.
You will then get your spare. You will put it on. You will start all those bolts down by hand. You will then take said wrench, put it on them, and you will tighten them until you cannot tighten them anymore. Because it's not a torque wrench, it will not get you to the proper tightness. This is to get you to the place that either repairs and or sells tires. You will then move the jack the opposite way and put everything up. And you will put said tire that is flat in the back of the car, and you will drive to the nearest location that can either fix or replace the tire. They will take care of swapping out the spare and putting the proper torque onto the wheel. If you are somebody that may or may not live in Lexington, Kentucky, and own a silver Porsche 911 Turbo S, and you went to another shop and got your tires done, you should know that aftermarket shops, I'm looking at you, Mr. Man in Lexington, they may not put your center lock wheel, center lock means there's only one bolt, not 4 or 5 or 6 like normal cars, your center lock back on correctly.
Oh.
They may or may not torque it correctly, which means that guess what? It backs off whenever you brake, which means the wheel gets all funky and causes $14,000 of damage to your car because you wanted to cheap out on tires. And then you still have to bring it to us and we have to fix it and you have to pay us anyways. So, if you have expensive cars, don't go to the Joe Smo down the road.
You gotta go to the proper boys.
But if you are one of those people that works in an independent shop that's in the middle of nowhere and a Porsche comes in that has, let's say, center lock wheels on it. On the center lock, there is a very nice grid that Porsche gives you. It says stop here. Then there's some lines on the other end. It says 100 Newton meters. You get it down by hand tight. All right. Wheel centered on there. You put the center lock on. You run it down by hand. You then put your wrench on it. By the way, the special tool's in the front of the 911. You take open the battery cover. Boom. There's a special lug wrench. Not lug wrench, but the adapter to go onto the special wheel. You will put a mark at the 100. And you will turn the lug until it gets to the stop. You will then take it out. There is a center button in the middle of that. You will press it until it comes all the way forward. Guess what? That's the locking mechanism to prevent it from backing out, of which this other shop didn't do. You will then drive it to your nearest Porsche dealer to get the proper 444 foot-pounds done, where you torque it, back it off 90 degrees, and torque it again, so that way you too do not have this problem. Do you hear me? I know you will never see this, but this is my one time to call you out publicly.
He's calling you out.
All right, brakes.
Brakes
are a little bit harder to do because everything that we just did to take the wheel off, you will do. When the wheel's off, you have access to the rotor and the caliper. The caliper on your car is a sliding caliper. What this means is there is a piston that the brake fluid operates. It is only on one side of the caliper. When you press the brake pedal, that goes into a plunger, goes into the master cylinder. Yes, that's what we call it. Get over yourself. Goes into the master cylinder. That plunger has a nice big disc on it that forces the brake fluid through the brake fluid line. If your car has ABS, so anti-lock braking systems to keep you from locking up your brakes and sliding like they used to do in the 50s,
yes,
it goes into a big block that then separates it out to each wheel. That fluid goes into the caliper and moves the piston out because it's filling up more space, which hits one brake pad, which forces it into the rotor. Well, guess what? It can't move the rotor, so the caliper starts to move back, pulling the other pad into it for clamping force. How does this happen, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you. The caliper sits on a bracket. In between the bracket and the caliper is a very smooth bolt that is greased, so that way it can slide. All right?
Okay.
What you do is those two bolts that it slides on, you take those two bolts out. On the cars that I work on, they only exist on Macan SUVs in the rear. It is a 13 millimeter on the outside and a 15 millimeter counter hold. You take those pins out. Caliper comes off. Still has the brake line attached. You zip tie it up to the suspension. You then take the pads out. On a sliding caliper, usually there is hardware. What I mean by hardware is that it is two nice, polished, smooth pieces of metal that the ends of the pads slide into. Usually whenever you buy pads, they come with new ones. You replace them. The man at the parts store will say, hey, do you want any brake grease with this job? You say yes, because if you don't put the brake grease on, you're going to have squealing and all sorts of noises that concern you.
Ooh.
Whenever you get all that out, you will take what I have is a brake caliper depressor, which is two pads of metal connected through screws on a ratchet, and you do this, and they move out. That pushes the piston all the way back in. So you can put the new brake pads in, which will be thicker than the pads you take off, because you only replace pads when there's almost no material left.
Yes.
So you will take off pads this thick, and you will put pads on this thick. Well, that piston stays out, so you have to push it all the way back in.
Mm-hmm.
You put the new pads in. The rotors are usually held on by 1 or 2 bolts. Usually they'll be like a 10 millimeter or a T30. You remove those 1 or 2 bolts. Usually take a hammer, smack the living crap out of the rotor to get it to break all the rust off the hub.
Ooh.
Take it off, throw it to the
Yeah.
side, put the new one on, put the bolts back in. You'll then take the caliper, put it over the rotor. The little slide bolts that you took out,
Mm-hmm.
you will put lubrication on there that the parts guy will also sell you at O'Reilly's. You put them on, you get them good and tight until you can't get them tight no more. Put the wheel on. Repeat for all 4 wheels. That's how you change your brakes.
Change the brakes.
That's how you change the brakes.
Don't like that one.
That one's a little bit more labor intensive. But at my shop, we charge 2 hours of labor per axle. So you need front brakes done. That's 2 hours of labor. I'm about to tell you how much that's going to cost at my shop. I will warn you, we are pricey. It's a Porsche dealership.
Oh yeah.
But most mom and pop shops are over the $100 per hour mark. So at my store, it is.
I'm gonna guess. Let's say. I'm gonna say like $650 for that for each axle.
You're close.
Oh.
Our labor rate is around $275 an hour, which means for 2 hours of labor, that is $550 before tax. That's before you buy the brakes. That's before you buy parts.
Yeah.
That is just for me.
The labor
to do the work is $550 before tax. Now, mom and pop shop, like I said, most mom and pop shops are around the $100 an hour mark.
Mm.
If you need all 4 brakes done before you buy any parts, that's $400.
Yeah.
That's $400 right there. Your car, you can buy pads and rotors all the way around for about $220.
Nice.
And it's going to cost you double for somebody else to put them on.
Mm-hmm.
You spend $50 in tools that you'll use every time you do brakes, and you do it yourself. Every time you do it, you're saving yourself $400. I'm just saying.
No, it's pretty nice.
There's a reason why us men say you should know how to do your own brakes. Because it's expensive to get them done.
Yes.
Yes. Everything else on the car you really don't need to know anything about. Other than that, it's just knowing to know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like, how does combustion work? How does the transmission actually work with all those gears in it? But, Patrick, you say, clutches in my transmission, it's an automatic. I don't have a clutch. Wrong.
Yeah, you do.
You got like 45 clutches in there. Also works on sun gears, which you should look up a video of that because it's pretty freaking cool.
Sun gears?
Yes.
Ooh.
It is gears inside of gears inside of gears. And depending on what gear you hold.
Gearception?
It's gearception.
Dude.
It is gear. So imagine a gear in the middle.
Okay.
And then 3 gears around it. And then 1 gear on the outside. Imagine you hold the gear on the outside still.
Okay.
All the gears on the inside will move faster. You hold the gear at the center still. The outside gear will spin slow. You hold the gears in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? The inside and the outside gear turn opposite.
Okay.
That's how you get gear reduction in reverse in an automatic.
Weird.
And the clutches is what clamps down to hold the different gears. Applied by a hydraulic force.
Mm-hmm.
Made by a pump. which runs off the back of your crankshaft, attached to the torque converter, which is actually what the engine runs to get the power into your transmission, which oddly enough is just fluid. There's no physical connection like in a stick shift in an automatic. Your engine drives a propeller that spins that's next to another propeller. And when this one spins, it throws the hydraulic fluid into this one, which makes it spin. That's what drives the wheels.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Man, engineers are insane.
And there was a problem back in the day.
Yeah?
That said torque converters, which is what I just described, would overheat once we developed the interstate.
Ah, yeah, I bet that would be a problem.
So here's another one. They built a clutch. When you are on the interstate at steady speed in high gear,
Yeah.
when it goes into high gear, which means like if you've got a 5-speed transmission, whenever it goes into 5th gear, that opens up another hydraulic circuit that goes through the torque converter to a clutch. That clutch mechanically locks the torque converter so it's no longer flinging fluid at its other half,
Okay.
which locks them together to prevent the fluid from getting super hot, burning the fluid, which will then burn the clutches, which causes your transmission to no longer work.
Interesting.
If you have a car that's at like the 150,000 mile mark and you're like, oh man, I should probably change out my transmission fluid. And you take the transmission fluid out and it's black, guess what? It's not going to work again. Transmission fluid is red. If it's black, it's either burned
Yeah?
or filled with clutch material.
Ooh.
Odd thing about transmissions that are automatic. If all the clutch material comes off the clutches, but it's still in the fluid filled with the clutch material, the fluid now acts as the clutch material and it'll still work.
Okay. Okay.
If you replace the fluid with new bright red fluid within probably about 10,000 miles, the transmission is going to start slipping. What I mean by that, you're accelerating. Everything's going smooth, and then all of a sudden, the car goes,
Oh, yeah.
the clutches are slipping, so it's not holding the gears to actually move the car. Guess what? All the friction material in those clutches, you just strained out. Now, guess what? You need to rebuild the transmission. If you crack the drain plug open, it comes out black. Put the drain plug back in. It'll save you thousands.
Man. I'm not going to remember any of this.
No, you don't have to. I've already described the 3 basic things you need to know as a man to save yourself some money on the car.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of stuff is for DIYers that have nothing else better to do, are rebuilding their dream car and don't want to pay the hundreds of thousands of dollars to get it done, or you're me that gets paid to do it.
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with automatic transmissions. Because even though we have automatic cars,
Yeah?
they are not automatic transmissions.
Okay.
They So, you know, stick shift, you have a clutch,
Yes.
right? To get the car started, you have to push the clutch in.
Mm-hmm.
You put it in first, you slowly let off the clutch, which engages into the flywheel. Car starts to move, you come off the clutch, you give it gas. You shift to second, guess what? You push the clutch in, shift to second. What if I told you you could make that whole process automatic?
I would believe you.
Yes. So through the innovation of racing, they found out that automatic transmissions don't hold up to the intensity of racing for 24 hours over in France at the 24-hour Le Mans.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
what did they do? Because shifting normally isn't fast enough for racing.
Yeah, I could see that being a problem.
You develop a transmission that is still a stick shift, but without a clutch pedal and without you having to do any inputs to put it into first or second. What they do is you end up with 2 clutches. Now stay with me here.
Okay.
2 clutches. One clutch drives the odd gears. 1, 3, 5, and 7 if it has it.
Mm-hmm.
The second clutch drives the even gears and reverse.
Okay.
How this is done is the clutches are actuated through hydraulics. So the same pump mechanism that drives the automatic transmission is now in your stick shift. The computer tells it when to disengage and engage the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes, oh, he's giving it throttle. We're at a stop. Let's engage the first clutch in first gear. And it will do it, and you go. Doesn't stall. You didn't have to do anything with your feet. You still only got 2 pedals. You get up to speed. We need second gear. Guess what? The transmission is in first gear and second gear at the same time.
Oh, okay.
What does it do, you may ask? It goes, oh, we need second gear. I'm going to release the fluid pressure on clutch 1, put fluid pressure on clutch 2. Okay, clutch 2 is engaged. We're now moving in second gear. Now I'm going to use my fluid pressure to move the lever to take it out of first into third. So now we're in second and third at the same time. It does that faster than you can blink your eye.
Oh, I bet. That's insane.
Yes.
Sheesh. Man, humans are the best.
That's the bullcrap I deal with.
I'm sorry.
Yes. But boy, is it great.
Yeah, you do love it.
Yeah, boy, is it great. Boy, is it great. Interesting fact, because this showed up into work today. I've talked about it before. I don't know if I've talked about it on here, but I've talked about it to you. This car. It's called a Porsche 918 Spider. It is a hypercar. So you have regular car, aka your Honda. You have muscle car, aka in the 1960s and 70s, Chargers, Impalas, that breed. Long trunk, long hood.
Yes, yeah.
Big block V8. Then you had pony cars. Mustangs, Camaros, Challengers. My orange car is considered a pony car. Had the same big block engines as the muscle cars, but they had short trunks. That's a pony car.
Okay.
Sports car. Sports car would be Corvette, Porsche 911s, Porsche Boxsters, Caymans. Modern day Camaros and Mustangs are considered sports cars because of the suspension redesign. Challengers are not. They're still considered pony cars. Sports cars also include Lamborghinis, some Audis like the Audi R8, the Audi TT. I'm trying to think of other cars that you would know. Ferraris, Aston Martins. Then we get to hypercars. Hypercars is a newer breed. That is, hey, my 911 GT3 RS, which is a street legal race car, isn't enough. Enter in the Porsche 918. the McLaren P1, the Ferrari LaFerrari,
Yeah.
Koenigsegg, Pagani, that stuff. It is a two-seater, mid-engine V8 with a hybrid system, all-wheel drive,
Ooh.
producing like 700 horsepower just from the engine itself, and then another it's 700 horsepower combined, 400 from the engine, and then the rest is from the hybrid system. It uses, I should also mention this car, the guy bought it at auction for almost $2 million.
Ooh.
Its transmission is the same transmission out of the regular 911, but its center of gravity was too high with that transmission in the car. So it couldn't corner like they wanted it to at the speeds they wanted it to. So they flipped it upside down and put it back in the car.
Ooh,
So that way the weight would be closer to the ground so they could corner on the racetrack quicker.
Huh. Okay.
Which meant all of the pumps and everything that normally sit in the fluid is now on top. So they had to put in an extra pump to pump all the fluid from now the top, from what is now the bottom that used to be the top,
Yeah.
to the top that used to be the bottom.
Okay.
So that way they could make the car go a little bit faster. This car is all-wheel drive, but the engine is not connected to the front wheels. Normally on an all-wheel drive car, whenever it comes out of the transmission, it goes into what's called a transfer case. That transfer case has a gear attached to the transmission and a gear. This gear is attached to a front drive shaft, which goes to the front of the car, and a rear drive shaft that goes to the rear of the car. Boom, engine's driving all four wheels. This car, the engine's connected to the transmission that is connected to the rear wheels. The front wheel only has an electric motor. When you get to a certain speed, the electric motor can no longer keep up. It shuts off, and now you only have a rear-wheel drive car at 200 miles an hour.
Huh.
This also means that you can drive the car in electric mode only.
Man, that's too much. That's too much.
You should come around for a battery repair.
I don't want to.
Whenever I'm wearing my gear that says, please don't shock me and kill me. What else, Jonas, would you like to know about being a man?
Oh, man, there's more?
I'm just, whatever gaps you think there is in your knowledge. This, whenever I was like, well, we could do this, but I'd have to plan for that. Or I could just ask Jonas, is there anything about being a man that you need clarification on?
Ooh. I understand how the whole wife thing works. It's not for me, but I understand how it works. Cars, guns, whiskey. I got nothing.
Got nothing?
I got nothing.
Got nothing? You got everything else down pat? Ready to go?
I wouldn't say that. It's more I don't know what I don't know.
Fair enough.
If you know.
Fair enough. Do you know how electricity works?
I know that Mama Boucher made that. She invented electricity.
But you don't know how it works.
Not really. Like, I know that the wires that are involved it's almost more like a transfer of heat.
Heat is a byproduct.
Yeah.
Heat is a byproduct. So, we're going to go way back to school.
Ooh,
Atoms.
love those guys.
Yes. I'm not talking about guys. I'm talking about the tiny little things you can only see with a super powerful microscope that has a nucleus and electrons orbiting around it. All
Yeah,
right.
those guys.
Yes. So, the electrons orbiting around it.
Mm-hmm.
What can they do with other atoms?
Ooh, it's been a while, but yeah, they can kind of transfer and
They can jump to
connect
the other
and-
atom. Yes. We use copper wiring because copper atoms are very prone
Mhm.
to having their electrons jump. So, what happens? Way off yonder on the Ohio River, there's a power plant. What that power plant does is it burns coal.
Mhm.
That coal then heats up water. That water then turns to steam, which turns, guess what? Turbines. So giant fans.
Yes.
Those giant fans spin a small magnetized spool of copper. Around that is another magnetized spool of copper. What happens is that when one spins and the other one doesn't, it disrupts the magnetic field, which makes the electrons on the atom excited, which causes them to jump. The
Mhm.
jumping in copper wire is electricity. That jumping will then continue all the way down through the power lines until it hits a resistance. Light bulbs are resistance. They cannot get all their electrons through really fast through the light bulb. So what does that do? It heats the filament inside the light bulb and causes it to glow. This will expend what we call amperage. Amperage is just how hard the electrons are pushing. The same amount of electrons you start with is the same amount of electrons you end with. What happens is like whenever you blow a circuit, because you put too many heaters on, is the electrons are flowing through.
Mhm.
They go through one resistance. All right, we got through it. We produced heat, but we're a little tuckered out. Oh no, here's another one. We need to work harder. Oh no, here's another one. We got to work even harder, but we don't have any push left. So we need to work really, really, really hard. But that's going to cause the wire to burn up. So whenever it pushes so hard inside of that fuse box, it
Mhm.
trips the fuse, cuts off
And
the
then-
supply, and then they all stop. That one atom right there where it just flipped goes to jump. There ain't nowhere to jump. So they
Yeah.
all stop jumping. That's how
Dude.
electricity works.
Dude, and I know that like the electricity that gets produced, you couldn't use that directly. Like we have converters to.
So you could use it directly. The reason why we have all those big stations in between all the major power lines
Mhm.
is because back in the day, there was Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison.
I love both of those guys.
One of them said we should use DC current. The other one said we should use alternating current.
That's yes.
Hence, where we get the name of one of the world's best bands, AC/DC, with the lightning bolt in between. Direct current is better. I'm sorry, it's better. Our grid is AC current.
Yes.
because DC current is more dangerous. It will kill you at a lower voltage and a lower amperage. As where alternating current, AC current, will not kill you at that low amperage and voltage. There was a demonstration done in Times Square by Edison to prove that his electricity was better than Tesla's.
Yeah.
Where he took Tesla's DC current and hooked it up to an elephant and killed it.
Oh, buddy.
He then took another elephant, hooked it up to AC current
Ooh.
with the exact same voltage and amperage, shocked it, and it didn't die. Now, here's where we get to our modern grid.
Mm-hmm.
All those stations you see, like the one down off of State Street,
Yes.
that is because AC current cannot travel as far as DC current. So what do you have to do?
You gotta take it, amp it back up.
You got to amp it back up. So it goes into those stations, goes around a copper winding, which guess what? Is surrounded by a bigger copper winding. The alternating current, what it does is that it pulses. When it's pulsing and all the voltage is there,
Mm-hmm.
it goes into this copper wiring. Whenever it pulses down, it causes a magnetic field collapse. When that magnetic field collapses, the copper wiring on the outside goes, whoa, and all of its electrons start moving and sends it down the line to the next station. If you had DC current, guess what? We wouldn't need those stations.
Nice.
You know how all your chargers have that plug that you plug into the wall and then the USB cable?
Yes.
That's because it has to convert it from alternating current to
It's-
DC current.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
That's awesome.
Everything we plug in is
Yep.
pretty much DC current. So that box that's hooked up to your laptop right now,
Yeah.
guess what? Converts it from AC
C
to freaking
D.
DC.
So yeah, we just need to rethink our power grid.
Yeah, we need to because it can't support anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shocker, I am a high voltage expert for Porsche. Guess what part of my job is? I rebuild electric vehicle batteries. You know what the grid can't support? All of y'all buying electric vehicles because it would just fail. Look at California, rolling blackouts,
Yeah.
or as they like to call them, grayouts.
Oh,
Because they
that's
tell
so
you during the
nice.
summer, hey, everybody here has electric cars. So from this time to this time, when everybody's charging their cars, turn your air conditioning off, or there won't be enough power to power the
Dude.
town.
Good grief.
And you know what would really solve all this? Some nuclear power plants.
Yeah, I am pro nuclear.
You know what we got rid of? Nuclear
Nuclear
power
power
plants. You know what would solve a lot of this energy crisis we have for everybody wanting to go to electric cars? Nuclear power plants. You know what we're building now? Nuclear power plants. Is it to
Yep.
power our electric cars? No. You know what
Mm-mm.
it's to power?
Probably the stupid AI farms.
Correct. Correct.
Gosh. Well, whenever I get into the Oval Office,
I want my nuclear power plants, Bruce.
you're gonna get it, buddy. You're gonna get your own. I'm gonna have them build a mini one in your backyard.
There's already a company doing that.
Really?
Yes.
Oh no.
I swear to you, there is a company.
I mean, there probably is. People
They
are insane.
are container sized. So like the containers that like people buy and build houses off of, like the containers that go on the big boats that come over from
that
China.
small?
Yes. Yes.
Holy crap.
They are developing them. He was on the CEO was on the Sean Ryan podcast, and for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of the company. But the goal is, let's say you live in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
You're in one of those towns where you get 6 months out of the year, it's daylight all the time. And there's 15 foot of snow. Nobody can get to you.
Yeah.
How do those towns survive? I'll tell you how. There's a giant tanker that docks somewhere, and they unload a year's worth of diesel for the town.
Oh, geez.
If you're in like continental Alaska,
Yeah.
they then truck the year's worth of diesel for your town to the town. And guess what? You ain't getting another resupply for another year. So you're going to burn all that diesel to operate through the winter months when nobody can get to you. Enter in the container-sized nuclear power plant, where they come out, they figure out how much electricity you need per year for the entire town.
Mm-hmm.
If you need more than one container, guess what? They're built in such a way where they will piggyback off of each other. You just bring out the other one, plug some stuff in, boom, they're working in tandem. You buy one fuel rod per container. Guess what? That's 25 years worth of electricity.
Oh, dude.
The problem
is the supply.
To run these type of nuclear reactors, you have to have uranium enriched to 20%. Who is the only exporter? Because the United States put a ban on it and they are trying to get it lifted. But who is the only exporter of 20% enriched uranium for modern day nuclear power plants?
I'm going to go with China.
They are building the capability, but they are not there yet for exporting.
Ah, okay. Not China. Russia? Ah.
You know who we refuse to buy uranium from? Russia. So this guy with this company has a second company.
Oh.
To where they are developing their own technology to enrich said uranium to 20%. Anything over 90% is weapons grade.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Since this is the problem that the United States has with it, that he is working with the administration to get solved. If you can enrich uranium to 20%, you just leave it in there for another 6 months, and guess what? It's 90%. You can put it in a bomb. So, to develop the technology, they have to get weapons grade clearance to even produce the technology, that they're not allowed to enrich anything until the laws changed. But in order to get this startup up and running, to get these container-sized nuclear power plants running for these people in remote communities, and also you could just put them in everywhere and run everything with.
Yeah.
They have to get the laws changed so that way they can enrich uranium. Because they're not allowed to buy it from Russia.
Yeah. There's always the red tape.
There's always the red tape.
This one's a bit more justified, I would say, because we don't need people willy-nilly be like, oh, yeah.
Enrich uranium.
Oh, yeah. You got yours up to 90. I got 95.
Yeah. So, your theory of why don't we get little nuclear power plants? Yes, it is a very real thing. Bureaucracy is killing it.
It always does.
It always does. But the guy literally has working prototypes. He says, here it is. Let me enrich my uranium. Let me sell these.
More power to you, dude.
And here we are. He's still trying to get the bureaucracy figured out.
Hit me up whenever I'm in the office.
Jonas will get you taken care of.
I got you. Because, yeah, that's one thing, not just here in the States, but around the world, governments have lost their common sense.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm not going to say what I was about to say because then we will definitely be kicked off of YouTube because every YouTuber that I listen to that says it has gotten their account suspended. So, Courtney, I will not say it.
Thank you, Patrick. We just started Treachery, a
Lord's Gambit. And it would be really bad if you had to only go to Spotify for that. So, yes, I will
we
not.
just started our next big arc and we're banned.
Yep, I will not talk about a certain state on the other side of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Will not do it.
Don't do it.
As much as my little Christian heart wants to, I will not do it. We are not Christian Zionists here. I don't know. That may have been too much. I'm sorry, Courtney.
I think that one's fine, right?
No, because that got a woman kicked off of the Religious Liberties Board in Washington.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh.
So Trump put together a religious liberties panel
Yeah.
of people from different faiths. There was a woman on there who was Catholic, representing Catholicism, because I guess no priest wanted to do it. Yeah, I don't know. So they got a woman to do it.
Okay.
And they literally had a panel after this whole war started. And the rabbi was asking her, why won't you support the liberation effort to, protect Israel?
Mm-hmm.
And she said,
Oh, gosh.
the Catholic faith prevents me from being a Zionist. Because according to the New Testament, the church is Israel, the chosen people, until the end times come and Israel is reinstated in the end days through the 127,000 of the 12 tribes. That got her kicked off.
Okay. Interesting.
So now there's nobody up there representing Catholics.
I would say I could fill that spot, but I really couldn't.
But
Oh.
Catholics, as per the Vatican, are not allowed to evangelize to Jewish people.
Okay. Interesting.
Because the Vatican recognizes the Jewish people, if they are practicing Jews, as worshiping the same God.
Oh, okay.
So therefore, they accept their form of worship as acceptable to God because they're Jews. So they're not allowed to evangelize to them. But the Vatican also says that the Catholic Church is the new Israel until Revelation comes about.
It's above my pay grade.
It doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, doesn't make sense.
Nope.
No, it doesn't. None of it makes sense to me. But you know what? You do you, Leo. I'm just a little Baptist over here in America. But enjoy your new Ford that Ford just gave you.
Oh.
Yes, apparently Ford has been working in secret to create a special gift for the Pope.
Nice.
It is a Ford Explorer. I believe it is bulletproof.
Oh, it'd have to be, yeah.
And it's all leather, nice brown. It's black exterior.
Mm-hmm.
And it is embossed with the skyline of Chicago, where the Pope is from.
Awesome.
They said it probably won't replace the Pope Mobile, but it is a nice gesture and gift.
No, yeah. Good on you, Ford.
Yep. Have you also seen people that have been going to the Vatican with frozen pizzas from Chicago pizza places?
No.
And whenever the Pope comes out and does the drive-through, waves to everybody, people are giving him the frozen pizzas from Chicago.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
USA.
Even though he doesn't like the current United States.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Because he's a loser.
Well, he doesn't like Trump. And he doesn't like Vance. Which is weird, because what is Vance?
He's
a practicing Catholic.
Yeah.
Do you know why he does not like them?
I do not.
It is the immigration policies.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
It is the immigration policies. Because from a Catholic standpoint, the deportations are too harsh. Take that as you will.
Yeah.
But from a Catholic's theology standpoint, the Catholic Church cannot endorse it. So he doesn't like them.
So, yeah.
But he hasn't excommunicated Vance. But they also didn't excommunicate Biden, who was also acclaimed to be a practicing Catholic. When all of his policies were directly against what the Vatican stands for, he was still allowed to take the Eucharist, which I do not know how that works. But anyways.
Yeah. Who knows?
I don't know. I just look at things and go, huh, that's weird. That doesn't make any sense.
But you know a lot.
I know a lot about random things that people don't think I should know anything about.
You knowing how electricity works, that made a lot of sense. I can get behind that one.
And especially whenever you look, oh yes, he pokes and prods at 800-volt batteries in cars. He's got to know how electricity works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you knowing how guns works makes a lot of sense.
Knowing
So-
internal politics of the Vatican whenever I'm not a Catholic, kind of weird.
Oh yeah, well, it's a little weird, but you gotta. Maybe I shouldn't phrase it that way, but you gotta know your enemy.
Look, I'm just saying, it's like the old meme. There's the, oh hooray, the Catholic Church. Oh no, the Catholic Church. Because if you've ever watched Van Helsing, not the one made for Toonami and Adult Swim, actual Van Helsing, the anime,
Yeah.
that is where that meme comes from. Have you seen the actual Van Helsing anime?
I think, yeah, you had recommended the one version of it because I felt it was like Van Helsing Ultimate, I think.
Yep, Van Helsing Ultimate.
Yeah.
That is the non-TV version of it. And it's Nazi vampires trying to take over the world 50 years after the Nazis got their butts handed to them in World War II. And of course, Van Helsing is, as it always is, a secret organization in Britain. All right. Which they have their secret weapon, a vampire that works for them. His name's Alucard. Spell that out, read it backwards, you get the gist. So, he hunts monsters, vampires, and other things on British soil. He gets assigned somewhere in Ireland. He goes out to do it. Who does he encounter in Ireland? But a vampire hunter from where? The Vatican. Because Ireland is still contested territory between England, the Church of England,
Yeah.
and Catholicism. So the whole thing is they're trying to prevent Nazi invasion of Britain with vampires. The Catholic Church is like, oh, hey, they're getting overrun by Nazi vampires and Nazi werewolves. What should we do? We'll go help England. And whenever we get there, we'll say, behold, the Catholic Church is here to help you with our secret militaries. And everybody in England goes, yay! And then they go, and then whenever we're done, we're going to slaughter everybody that won't kneel to Catholicism. They go, yay. Because it's just a ploy for them to retake England for the Catholic Church. Great anime. Definitely watch. If you have children, after they go to bed.
Yeah.
It is very, not language heavy. It's very gore heavy.
Yeah, from what I remembered seeing. Oh yeah.
When the main character can literally turn into a city-wide river of blood, you don't watch it with your kids. I'm just saying. But hey, it's got Police Girl in it. Turn into a vampire.
Oh yeah.
She is the stereotypical anime woman. So yeah, another reason don't watch it with your kids. What else is there, Jonas?
What else is there? Well, on the subject of anime, you are a Naruto man.
I am a Naruto man because I'm basic. I'm a white basic man.
No, Naruto's awesome.
Naruto is awesome. I'm waiting for the kids to get interested in it.
Oh,
Jessica
that'd
is a
be
Naruto
awesome.
woman too, so it fits.
Hey,
Yes.
nice.
Anyways, what are you about to say about Naruto?
That it's awesome.
Oh, yes, it is awesome.
Yeah.
Boruto sucks.
I will even hot take Shippuden. Shippuden's not good.
Shippuden had worse fillers. The main storyline, especially around the Akatsuki, was pretty dope.
Maybe. Yeah, I made it through the pain arc, and then I stopped.
The pain arc is the best. That is top tier Shippuden, is the pain arc.
Oh, that was the best.
Yeah.
Mm.
But the pain arc, well, I'm going to get my pointer out. The pain arc had, in my opinion, one of the best fight scenes in
Really?
Naruto.
In all of Naruto.
In all of Naruto.
Jiraiya's Last Stand?
No, that's like number 2.
Okay.
The best fight scene is when Pain tries to kill Hinata and Naruto freaking loses it. It's the very end.
Yeah.
He's already destroyed Konoe. He is like, they're in the crater where the town used to be.
Yep.
He's pinned down. Hinata's like, I'm going to save you. And then, well, in Sakura fashion, Hinata pulls a Sakura and gets her butt handed to her and pretty much gets killed. And Naruto loses it. And then they just went, hey, you know what? The budget doesn't exist. Just 20 minutes, go ham. We're doing all the tales. We're going through the progression. Like, go for it.
I do remember.
That's the best fight scene in Shippuden.
I do remember the animation being.
The animation style changed.
Yeah.
That's whenever you know they went, and the budget doesn't exist.
Do whatever you want.
Yep. Hot take.
Oh.
My all-time favorite anime fight scene, which I know will not be yours, but it is mine, because you've seen a lot more anime than I have. But it comes from Bleach.
Ooh, Bleach.
It is the Hueco Mundo arc.
Okay.
So when they are in Hueco Mundo, so the land of the Hollows, and Ichigo is on his last time fighting Ulquiorra, which is Espada number 4. He's the one that kidnapped Orihime, blah, 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 blah. When they go to the roof of Aizen's palace, that is the only place he is allowed to express his full power. And he does his second release and goes into the weird bat creature. And Orihime comes up to the top with Uryu, which is Jessica's favorite character out of that. Ulquiorra proceeds to blow a hole through Ichigo, killing Ichigo.
Yeah.
Orihime freaking loses it. And not loses it as in, oh, power up, blah, blah, blah. She does what any emotional redhead does. She bawls her eyes out. And Ichigo, half dead, goes, I can't be dead. I'm going to protect everybody. Which sends him into his actual hollow form, in which he proceeds to beat the ever-living crap out of Ulquiorra. And it is freaking phenomenal. Freaking amazing. Because, like, the animation style speeds up. It changes. Like, they just went, yep, budget. Nope. Go ham. It is awesome. I love it.
Ooh.
I love just watching the scene, Ichigo versus Ulquiorra final battle.
I Might have to YouTube these whenever I get home tonight, see
It
if I can
is-
find them.
Is peak
Because, yeah,
for Patrick.
I would like to rewatch the Naruto Pain just to see, because I think when it happened, I remember thinking it was like, oh wow, yeah, look at this animation, it's crazy. But like the fight itself, I don't remember the choreography to it being very
It is very.
enticing.
It's slightly disconnected because of the artwork style,
Mhm.
but it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It is not supposed to be a fluid fight scene. It is supposed to be Naruto lost his mind, and Pain's just like, finally, finally, we got something to happen. And he's just like, the best day of my life.
Nice.
Yeah, that is the gist of it. You're not supposed to be able to follow the fight fluidly.
Yeah.
All you need to know is that crap's going down. And it's going down hard.
Mm-hmm. Because Pain as a villain, I thought he was okay.
He was a villain, a good villain. You can see what made them a villain throughout the entire story arc. So you understand, no, don't take this as a bad pun, but you can understand the pain that brought them there. As where in the Pain arc, you get that in the last 2 minutes of the entire arc, which so happens to be right after that fight. Because then they finally find the real Pain. Because I don't know if you realize this, all the other Pains are puppets.
They were puppets.
Yes, they were all puppets.
Yeah, which I did like that talk between him and Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he's like, so, hero, if you're so sure that your way is the right way, what's the solution? And Naruto's answer was the best, because he was like, I don't know.
But it ain't that.
But yeah, it's like, but this isn't the way. I know that this isn't the way. And it was like, that's really good. Because like in a lot of stuff, they would probably have the hero be like, because, the right way is blah, 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 blah.
And Naruto's just like, look, I don't have that answer, but what's going on now? Ain't it, buddy? I can tell you, you've tried it. It ain't this. Different direction, bud.
Yeah, that was good. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, the Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War.
Yeah, you've talked about that one before.
I have not been able to get very far into it because, as where we know Bleach as being a more like, I'm not gonna say family friendly, more like you got like a 14-year-old, you can sit down and watch it together.
Mm-hmm.
The 1,000-Year Blood War is not that.
Yeah, you've said that this one is like
The
adult.
They definitely went with the, hey, everybody that grew up with Bleach is like 30, and they're not going to come back for what we used to do. We got to
amp it up.
Yeah, so like as where everything else is rated like TV PG-13, this is straight TV MA. Like, it's close to Van Helsing Ultimate with like the gore and the blood and the language. Like they very much went, our core audience that grew up on this, that's going to be excited about this, is 30. We're going to make it for a 30-year-old. And they did. Because I turned it on one time like, oh, the new thing's out. Like, I wouldn't like the first season of Bleach, like, is okay, for the kids to watch.
This.
And then like 10 minutes in, I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Stop.
Whoa. There's never been blood in Bleach. Why is there so much of it? We haven't killed off actual people in Bleach.
Yeah.
Why are half of them already dead? I'm 10 minutes in. What is why? Yeah. But hey, I watched like the first
But
10
hey.
episodes. Freaking baller.
Nice.
Ain't gonna lie. It's worth the watch if you're a Bleach fan.
I could try giving Bleach another go.
The filler episodes are trash. 100% trash. And Bleach did the trope that used to be real popular back in the day. And I forget which season it's in, but it's the last 2 episodes of the season. It's not even a season of filler. It is a season of actual storyline. And then the last 2 episodes, it starts, like I was on Crunchyroll, I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
I skipped episodes. I don't know what just happened. Because it like leaves off on a big cliffhanger of main storyline. And then the next episode starts, that's labeled as episode 9 of that season. And guess what? It doesn't pick off from the cliffhanger. They're all at the beach. All the girls are in their bikinis. All the guys are out, playing volleyball.
It's the fan service
they get
episode.
attacked by the giant jellyfish creatures. They got to fight the jellyfish creatures in their bikinis. And you're like, what? Okay, the next episode's got to be better. Nope, it leaves off on a cliffhanger of them fighting the jellyfish. Next episode, they're fighting the jellyfish, still on the beach. Then it ends. Next season starts. Boom, we're at the cliffhanger of where we wanted to be. Like, did somebody get sick in the office?
Probably, yeah.
Like, what? You put that in the filler season, not at the end of the regular season.
Yeah, filler it's such a killer of animes.
And the fan service episodes is what given all of us anime people a bad name. Because I think we're all just out here watching freaking hentai, and we're not. We're trying to watch freaking Bleach. We're trying to watch them kill demons, and then boom, your mom walks in. That episode started. You don't know what's going on. She doesn't know what's going on, but it's not good.
Nope. Isn't that always the way? You're watching something that's very normal, and then it's like when someone else walks in, then it gets weird.
You're like, this has been a totally normal anime. This is awesome. Your mom opens the door. Oh my gosh, tentacle monster.
Yeah. I was watching, I think this was on Netflix, but it's like a movie series called like Detective D, and it's like this almost like a feudal Japan supernatural almost detective series. So I was like, okay, that sounds like a pretty neat premise. Like this samurai guy, goes around solving these issues. And so it's going through and it's like, oh yeah, this is pretty normal. Mom walks in and then he starts like kung fu fighting deer. And she's like, what's going on? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know
It was all going pretty, standard, and I don't know what's happening now.
Well, when Game of Thrones first came out,
Oof.
I had one of these instances. All right. Game of Thrones came out. I was like, we don't have HBO. They did. There's this really cool fantasy TV show coming out. Can we get HBO so I can watch it? Yeah, sure, but whenever the season's over, we end it. Okay, cool. I'm watching it. It's like, episode 1.
Yep.
What happens in episode 1? We're in the north, right? Right. Everything's going swimmingly and fine. It gets to the scene where Tyrion Lannister is in the whorehouse. And he's canoodling with the whore, right? Can't really see much. Well, then Jaime Lannister opens up the doors and proceeds to tell him to hurry up and ushers in, 3 more whores. Already naked, boobs out in the air, straight on camera.
Yep.
That's when my father walked down the stairs into the basement and said, what? And I'm like, what? He goes, what is this? I said, Game of Thrones. Is this what I'm paying HBO for? Yeah. Is it just porn? It hasn't been until this point. When you walk down the stairs. And then 2 minutes later, guess what? It cut to a different scene where there was no naked women. He goes, Oh, it's a paid service. Of course it's going to have boobs. And I'm like, so am I losing HBO? Or can I keep it?
Am I gonna be allowed to finish this show? Or what's going on here, Dad?
I believe what we came up with is that you don't watch it when your mother's home, is what we came to. That was the agreement made. Basically, the talk was had. Do they show dicks? No. Do they show dicks going into women? No. It only shows their butts and their boobs. Yes. Don't tell your mother. Cool. Thanks, Dad.
Nice.
That's pretty much how that one went down. I was like, of all the times,
yeah,
that's when you walk downstairs. Like whenever I had Final Fantasy 13. And, you know, you're playing as Lightning.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this one.
Yeah, it was the first Final Fantasy to come out on Xbox.
Okay.
It was the first game to come out on Xbox that had multiple discs.
Ooh.
Yes. So you'd get to a certain point in the game, and it would say,
Eject
please insert disc 2.
Yeah.
You'd have to insert disc 2, and then it would keep on going.
Oh, that's a lost art nowadays.
Yes, it is. So Lightning, as being any Square Enix game of the Final Fantasy, is a woman. Who her outfit is definitely not suited for fighting.
Yes, yeah.
So depending on where your camera angle was in the fights, there may or may not be some upskirt, because the skirt's not really there.
Yeah, yep.
So you're doing whatever you're doing. You're like, oh, I'm going to attack, and I'm getting my camera view over here because I'm going to land over here. She does something, boom, there it is. Mom walks down the stairs. What are you playing? I'm like, you know that Kingdom Hearts game? Yeah. Well, this is the games that they actually make. Like, the non-Disney characters in Kingdom Hearts are from these games. She goes, right. What just happened? I'm like, it's rated T. I'm 14. I don't know. She's like, where did you get this game? I was like, it was a present from Damon. Does Damon know what it is? I don't know. I'm almost finished with the game. It's been like 4 months. I'm almost done with disc 2.
I just want to beat the boss. Come on.
I never finished that game.
Oh.
I think that was the last time I played that game.
Man.
I never got to finish it. I was like, there's nothing else. It's just the camera placement. I'm sorry.
Yes, the camera placement in that one moment.
And it was blacked out. They don't even animate that part. It was just black. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's good for parents to be parents. They are not your friends.
No, I try to tell my kids that all the time. Like, hey, buddy, I know we play, but I'm your father. We're not friends. I love you unconditionally. But if you do that again, I'm going to lose my mind. Whenever I lose my mind, your mom's going to have to come in here and restrain me because I'm going to lose my ever freaking mind. Hence, on Saturday, whenever we were at Bass Pro and none of them were listening to me, and I was like, I got to leave now. I have to leave now.
Yes.
Before somebody calls somebody, because I'm about to lose it. I will put a bullet through that fish tank, and I will watch it all come out. I love being a father.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it is the hardest thing I have ever done in my life.
Oh, yes. That is a very common stance I hear from parents in general.
Yep. But then you have a rough weekend with your children where they don't listen to you. You're going to lose your mind. Then you wake up in them on a Monday morning and everybody's asleep. So you leave. You get to work. About 9 o'clock comes by. You get a text from your wife. The youngest child, which wants nothing to do with you, has apparently paraded themselves around the house, yelling, "Where's my daddy? I love my daddy. I want my daddy." And you're like, oh, this is why I work so hard. Then I guarantee you I'm going to go inside. And she's going to be in there. I'm going to be like, "Merida, I miss you. Did you miss me?" And she's going to be like, "Get away from me, daddy. Get away from me. Get away. I want mommy. Get away from me." Because that is how a 2.5-year-old little girl operates.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Anything else you got?
Well, actually, to tie into the prior topic, it made me think of this. Uh, so these moments of someone walking in and all that. Uh, a former coworker of Courtney and I. Uh, one one day he was telling me this story of because we were talking anime
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, yeah, I remember watching uh, uh, Inuyasha and
Never watched that, but Jessica's seen all of them.
yeah, it's a good one. I haven't watched the sequel because it's something about these kids and blah blah blah. It sounds really bad. But in it there are a couple scenes where the main girl is like in the bathtub and
Yeah, the hot spring.
yeah, and
The other anime trope.
yeah, you can't see anything, but our coworker, he was like, yeah, it was, and it got to that part, and he was like, and that's when I knew I liked girls. So I was going to ask us both, because even I'm gonna have to think about this as is there a moment you can point to that you're like, yeah, that's when I knew I liked girls?
Oh gosh.
I know. This is a hard one. No pun intended. Because I get teased on a lot by my bros because
You're unmarried and have never been on a date.
I've been on one. Been on one date. Our moms set it up. It was super awkward. I was awesome.
As always.
And man, it was like trying to pull teeth. Like, come on, like we can still have a good time and it go nowhere. Please let it go nowhere. But even beyond that, we'll be watching something and my older brother will be like, "Okay, her, are you gonna stick it in there?" and and my normal reaction is like, I don't know, I just met her. It's like I do not function off of appearance. You can show me the hottest person in the world, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice.
I know when mine was.
Oh,
And I want to say it was like 5th grade.
mm-hmm.
All right. Was not watching a movie. Was not watching an anime. I was not on the internet. Was at the mall
Ooh, at the
with my
mall.
mother. We're walking through the mall. And what do we pass?
Ooh.
Victoria's Secret.
Mm-hmm.
What does Victoria's Secret have? Advertising. Models and lingerie.
Yep.
I had walked past that store multiple times in my life. That was the first time that I looked over and went, whoa. Whoa. What are those? And that was like
Nice.
I guess like, because I hit puberty young, like years before I should have.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's like whenever the testosterone, like that day was the day that the testosterone went, and today we will make our presence known. Because I remember seeing it and going, and I remember I stopped. And then I realized I stopped, and my mom kept going. I had to like pitter patter up and
Yeah.
pretend like nothing ever happened. But I remember being like, oh. Oh, right. And from that day since, it has been boobies, boobies, boobies.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've hit puberty yet,
Or maybe your testosterone just isn't at, my level.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because there's some men that it's like, yeah, she's pretty, she's hot, she's got the curves, but she's dumber than a box of rocks. So none of that matters. I had one of those moments
Ooh.
in my life.
Yeah?
Yes, it was senior year of high school. My friend Philip was dating a girl that was a sophomore. And she wanted to go to prom, but she also wanted her best friend to be there. Her best friend was in a different school.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, hey, you're not dating anybody. You don't have a date. Take your friend. I'm like, okay. They're like, you know what? We'll set up a first date with you all. We'll go as a double date, so it won't be awkward. Cool. We'll go to the movies. We're going to see what the Lego movie, because it just came out, because it's 2014.
Nice.
Yes.
Man, I'm old.
I'm in the parking lot of the movie theater. They text, we're not going to be there. Have fun.
Oh.
I've never met this girl. I've never seen this girl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who she is. I just know her family's got money. Because they are from a certain prodigious family in this area, of which my daughter is now infatuated with one of the grandchildren of that family because they're in the same preschool class. And I've never said this before, but I said it to her. That one comes with a lot of money. Don't screw this up. She's 5. Anyways, we meet. We watched the Lego movie. It was nice. All right. We decided to go out one more time. And I'm trying to have in conversation, as you would in a date that's not at a movie theater. I don't think this woman had ever heard the concept of a conversation.
Oh.
But, you know, she was pretty. She did ballet dancing.
Mm-hmm.
She was fit. She was the picture of how is this guy going to do any better? He'd have to pay for that.
Yeah.
After that date, I was like, all right, I'll take you to prom. I never want to talk to you again because this was the most painful 2 hours of my life. You are pretty, but you are stupider than a box of rocks. And I'm sorry, but everything you got going on the outside was just ruined by you not being able to answer a question.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Because your eyes will go, uh-huh. And then you're like, hey, what do you do for a living? And they go, ah, and then you're like, wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow. I'm going to turn around and walk away now because I don't want any part of, because, yeah. So, no, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. It's just my first instinct is, oh. And then I talk to them and I'm like, ugh.
Nice.
Ugh. Even I got standards. Boy, golly. No, thank you.
Nice.
No.
Hmm.
But yes, thank you, random Victoria's Secret ad in the Green Tree Mall, for making me realize I am, in fact, a straight heterosexual male.
Yeah.
Never take down any of your billboard postings inside of the malls because you are saving men's lives.
Indeed.
And I think every man that does not appreciate a woman has never walked past a Victoria's Secret store in a mall.
We should make it a rite of passage of somehow.
You hit 13. Guess what? You're walking in front of the Victoria's Secret store. Did those photos on the outside do anything for you? No. I'm not gonna say it here, but or I'll take it. But did that do something for you? Yes. Congratulations. You're a man. Now go to church and don't think about that ever again until you're married.
I would have to say, I wonder which game came out first. I'm just going to attribute it to Jak 2, which is the game of my...
Jak 2.
Yes.
Is this in the Jak and Daxter franchise?
It is.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Jak 2 is the bane of my existence.
Oh yeah, because you can't beat the last level.
It's one of the reasons why like people are like, yeah, I'd never seen Jonas get angry. It's like he doesn't. Yeah, it was all poured out onto that game. It was the most frustrating, awesome story.
I never got to play 2. Because by
Oh.
that time I didn't have a PlayStation anymore, but I played through 1. So please explain to me how Jack 2 made you realize you were, in fact, a straight male?
Well, in Jack 2, it is, for those who don't know, it's a futuristic elven world. Like everybody, they're elves.
Yep.
But they've got laser guns and, jet cars.
Very different from the first one.
And there's two female elves in the game. And this is going to sound weird to a lot of you young people, but way back in the day, there was something introduced into games that revolutionized them, and it's called jiggle physics. Because prior to that, when a female character and even a male character, if they would move, every part of their body stayed the same. But then jiggle physics came along, so when that lady took a step, her hips did a little and the stuff up top went boom. And they're so not only meeting them in the game, of course it was like, oh wow, but you could go into, like with most games, you could go into the gallery and where you could zoom in. And yep, I was like, that's nice.
There is a game.
I like how that moves.
I don't know what the game is called, but I've seen posts about it on the internet because it is surrounded in controversy.
Oh.
I believe it came out in 2023 or 2024. It was a Japanese.
Recent.
Yep, it was a Japanese developed game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the premise of the game, but it's some sort of action game. But you play as a female character. And apparently, the whole point of the game is you unlock different outfits for the main character, each one becoming more tight and or revealing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it is pretty much, from what I understand, all jiggle physics. And she is shaped exactly how you think a woman would be shaped in a video game about tight, skimpy outfits and fighting stuff with jiggle physics. Okay. It is thin waist, big hips,
yep,
bigger bosoms, high heels, long hair, librarian glasses. So people lost their minds over how could you make a game like this? Who's buying this? Who approved it? Blah, 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 blah. The CEO of the gaming company that came up with the idea of the game and wrote the storyline and personally designed the outfits comes out to make a statement. The character is a 3D scan of her. She comes out in the starting tight leather outfit with her hair up.
Yeah.
In the exact same way with the glasses on, because those are her glasses. And she goes, I run the company. I came up with the game. I designed all the outfits. As you can see, I am the character.
Yeah.
I made this game for me. And everybody shut up. Because they were like, oh, crap. We were insulting a bunch of what we assumed were men just making like a gooner game. And the woman comes out to explain it, who is the woman from the game, and says, I just wanted to look at myself in an action game.
That's pretty badass. You're like, I look awesome in this. I want to make a action version of me.
Because like, it's this, like, the stereotype in games whenever there's a ladder and you need to go down the ladder fast and they just like slide.
Yeah.
And like, if it's a male character, they just slide straight down. But if it's a female character, like they do the whole like side thing to where you get a whole good view and all that.
Yeah.
You don't have an option in this game but to go down a ladder like that. And if you're in an outfit that's a skirt, guess what? The skirt flares up and it's just a thong.
Yep.
Because she wanted to know what she would look like in a miniskirt wearing a thong sliding down a ladder like that. So that's what they animated. so she could see it.
So she can.
And it's in
yeah.
a game that you can purchase on Steam.
That's amazing. Is it Bayonetta?
I think so.
Because I mean, what you described, especially when you were like, and like library and glasses, I was like, oh my gosh, like this sounds exactly like Bayonetta.
And the woman that helped make the game,
Mm-hmm.
she is the design inspiration for the character. She pretty much looks like her. And she was like, y'all gonna get mad at me? And they went, well, like that's like against all the things that we stand for to get mad at a woman for that. But I guess this game's fine, I guess. But if you play it, you're a simp.
Yeah. Cancel the news. Cancel the newspaper.
Oh yeah, pretty much everything stopped after that. She was just like, what?
That's righteous.
Can I not be hot and kick butt
Mm-hmm.
and wear the outfits that I wouldn't dare wear in public? And everybody's like,
Well, she's
kind of
got
what we stand for is that type of female empowerment. So I guess we can't do anything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey. Hello, 8125.
Are they clickbaiting? Or is this an actual person? Are you real 8125?
Yeah, it says finally watching live.
Who are you? 8125.
Hello.
Is this a random person that you
Yeah.
all have met and
I'm
invited?
real.
I'm real? If you're real, who are you? You're freaking me out. But you've missed all the wonderful stuff.
But luckily,
Met y'all in Louisville. So this is somebody
Hey.
from the con that you called me a loser for not being there because I was spending time with my children. Hi, I'm the other part of the Wayward Inquisition. I'm Patrick. If you talk to these people at any convention, they may have said my name, but I was not there.
No con.
No
Oh,
con.
Yeah, I
No
bet
con.
it was the marketplace.
The marketplace. It was the event.
Yeah, probably the
Ooh.
midwinter market.
Ooh. Ooh.
Because I was even thinking like, yeah, we haven't
So many
done,
people. Was it the midwinter's market?
Yup.
Yes. Okay.
Righteous.
So we're going to fill you in on some stuff. Get ready for this. Most of our stuff is no longer live. What we have figured out, mainly for how my life works, because I'm the one with a full-time job and children, is it is easier for us to record and then put out VODs.
Mm-hmm.
The Beep Boop Bops are normally live, and that's normally just Jonas and Courtney. We were supposed to be recording our Wicked West, which if you like Westerns and you haven't listened to Wicked West on YouTube or Spotify, you definitely should. We are live today because Courtney, unfortunately, has gotten the ickies, and by ickies I mean sick, from her husband. So we're doing a special thing that we call Man's Country, which is just me and Jonas sitting down and talking about man stuff. What you have missed, and what have we been live for over 2 hours?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're close to 220 right now.
What you have missed is we talked about bourbon. We talked about smoking cigars. We talked about grilling and how the only acceptable way of grilling is over charcoal. We talked about how if you're going to smoke meats, the only acceptable way to do it is with charcoal and or an offset smoker, how to properly let the meat rest. We then explained to Jonas how to change his engine oil, how to put his spare tire on his car, how to change his brakes. He then got a crash course in how an automatic transmission works, how a torque converter works, how PDKs on Porsches work, because that's what I do for a living, how electricity works.
Yeah, that one.
Then we went onto a tangent about animes. There may have been a slight... Oh, no, we taught you how your firearms work.
Oh, yeah.
Taught you how bullet works.
Yeah, we went over firearms.
I may or may not have gone onto a small tangent about the current world, everything. We went over the power grid, along with how electricity works, where we diverged into small nuclear reactors, about how there's a company wanting to make them, and they've made them, but they can't get the uranium to power them because they want to give these to small Alaskan communities that run off of diesel for the entire year because they're snowed in for most of the year, but they can't get the uranium because we can only get it from Russia, and we're not buying uranium from Russia, but the U.S. won't let them make it because they can make it into weapons grade, and they're trying to figure it out so that way they can get power that can last for 25 years without having to burn diesel up to these communities in Alaska. Then we went on to the anime tangents.
Yep.
Yep.
Went over Van Helsing,
Naruto, some Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went on a tangent of what time in your life did you realize you liked women? Is that where we left off?
That was.
Yeah, that's where we left off. We just left off on when was the time in your life that you realized that you were
You may have missed it all, but don't worry.
It's fine.
Yeah, you can rewatch. Yep. That's the glory of technology.
Yep. When we get done, you can go back and watch it.
Yeah, you really came in like right at the tail end.
And I'm sorry that you met us at the Midwinter's Market and we advertised ourselves as a D&D group. And you came to the one live stream that wasn't about D&D. I am so sorry.
I'm not. That's awesome. That's the best way because we're more than D&D.
All right. Well, if you spend any time around us at the market, you definitely know that this is normal. I don't know if you were a passerby or somebody that spent some time with us.
So I was the guy who took the angel hint and walked off to the tarot reader.
Oh! Yes! I don't remember your name.
So it's all great.
Yes, no. I remember him. I can't remember the name.
That's okay.
There's a reason why I work with cars and not with people.
Yeah, man.
Oh. Do you work with bagels?
Dun, dun, dun.
Please tell me you work with bagels.
Survey says...
Yes! Yes!
He don't.
No, you don't.
He don't work with them bagels.
Oh. Because they did the exact same thing. No. Well, I am so sorry. There was two of you. There was two couples.
We saw a lot of people.
We did see a
market.
lot of people.
It was awesome.
Well, I am sorry that I totally got you wrong.
But hey, you remembered bagel people.
I remember the bagel people doing the same thing. No, which that means these were normal looking people.
Oh, I'm an audit guy. I was in the Christmas sweater. Girlfriend had a green wig.
Bagel people ate good. All right, no, I do remember this because they were the first people I saw outside of the cast and the people and the vendors that somebody was actually dressed up.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, they were there
Saturday evening.
Yeah, no, the bagel people, they were chill. I wasn't ready for all the goth in one place. I'd never been to the Logan Street Market before. Please forgive me. We're Indiana people. I only go across the river for work.
Green suit jacket.
Yes. I am 99% sure if I saw this person at the Logan Street Market, I would remember who they are. Because I do remember the first time they came, they did all the quests. And they got the man. Yep, and they were Indiana people too, because they're in Corden. Because they got to be true Marquise. Yeah. And then they came back the next day. Yes, I do I have a very vague recollection of who you are. I'm never going to remember your name. And this is YouTube, probably not the best place to put it. Just going to be honest with you. But yeah, the bagel people.
Mm-hmm.
I was not ready.
She's a photographer, took pictures.
Yep. But yeah, the bagel people, I was not ready for
Yeah.
goth bagels. I was not ready for that. And I will put it this way. Yes, we are glad to interact with you too. And hopefully, we will also be back at the next Midwinter's Market. And of course, with you being a local guy, there is some local-ish cons and stuff that we will be doing.
Yeah.
Are we still doing the thing at Geek Out this weekend on Saturday?
I actually emailed them about it today just to verify because I don't know what time it's supposed to be. Or
Yeah.
if there isn't, even if there
Is
is
a time?
a set time.
Yep.
But yeah, this Saturday we're doing a like big tournament
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale, that's the word.
Yep.
In which you can bring a level 20 D&D character, standard player's handbook classes and
That
races,
5E, so the 2014.
5e standard gear, so
Yep.
don't be like, oh yeah, well this character has this special artifact that blows everything up.
Yep.
Like no, come on.
But this is going to be, we're planning on this Saturday at Geek Out Cafe in Sellersburg, Indiana. So I know Corden is a little bit of a drive to Sellersburg. I understand that. My grandparents live up near Corden. I get it. But Geek Out Cafe here in Sellersburg, they are everything nerd. They host Magic the Gathering nights. They have D&D nights. Jonas here once a month runs a D&D campaign over there. So yeah, this Saturday, we're doing a battle royale. Watch our socials for time posting. What that is it's not a campaign. It is you make your level 20 character, right? You show up and you will fight against everybody else's level 20 character. I will be running a table. Jonas will be running a table. Whoever wins at our tables goes to the final, to where your level 20 character will fight against my level 20 character, Jonas's level 20 character, and Courtney's level 20 character. Now, Courtney, of course, was Aimer, the Fox Man, at the Midwinter's Market. But she will not be dressed up as Aimer this time.
No.
She will just be Courtney.
Yes.
So if you're free on Saturday and you want to make the drive to Sellersburg, to the Geek Out Cafe, and actually sit down and with us for a while and actually get real in-person interactions, guess what? You can do that this Saturday. And I can say this Saturday because this is freaking live.
This is live.
Yeah, this is live. So, yeah.
We got that.
True Marquee, come on down.
The game that I run that he talked about, that will actually be this Sunday, so I'll be there two days in a row. And I do have one.
Oh, we can help you make a character. I will help you make a character. Yep.
I don't have a character. Oh, nice.
Yep. If you don't have one, show up. I will help you. I will help you get a character made.
Be a blast. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I do have one seat left open in that once a monther. So if you wanted to, you could join that. Join our Discord and Geek Out's Discord so that you can stay up to date with it.
Our Discord is in our links. You have not played since 2004. Oh, buddy, some things have changed, but it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Because we are very open to, well, I wouldn't call you a newbie at it because you've played before, but we are very open with getting people into 5e, the modern version of D&D, and helping them out. That's kind of like what we're trying to do over at Logan Street. So we're in conversation with Ken, who's the person that does all the special events over at Logan Street, to get, like a once a month night to where we run games over at Logan Street. So if you like going to Logan Street, there's a possibility in the near future, once a month, the Wayward Inquisition, aka us wonderful people, we'll be running some one-shots. So you could come do that too. We're gearing up for 2026 to be able for like, people like you local that interacted with us, liked us, you want to play, you haven't played for a while. We will help you through it as long as you're having fun. We're there for it. It doesn't matter if I have to sit next to you the whole time and be like, okay, you do this, you do this, you do this for the first time. I will do that. I don't care. It'll just be fun because sitting down and playing D&D with a bunch of random people is fun. So you have opportunities coming up. We haven't done this the last 2 years because, I mean, we're just now getting to know people.
Well, yeah,
in the space.
We're slowly building more and more.
Yep.
But on the subject of cons, also, April 11th, there's going to be the Louisville Con, and we'll have a booth there, so you can come see us there if you so choose.
Yep. So, yeah, our Discord in our link tree, which I believe, let me check real quick, is, if you go to our main page on YouTube, our link tree is there. You can get to our Discord. I really hope you have a Discord. You can get on there, get the updates. You can also chat with us and our lovely friend, Meatball.
Oh my gosh.
I've never met Meatball.
Nope.
But Meatball is probably the most, he's probably more active than we are on the Discord.
It's definitely a tie between me and him.
Oh, Dragonese. Okay. We will look out for you in the Discord.
Okay. All right.
We will look out for you.
But Meatball, I don't know why I think this, but I think Meatball lives in Russia. I don't know why I think that.
Are we getting infiltrated?
It could be.
You know what? I'm here for it. Meatball's got good conversation.
But because some of the stuff he said, because he's on a whole different time zone than us, because he's only active for this little. It's kind of like this little window, so it's like I'm pretty sure he's somewhere across the globe somewhere. I could be massively wrong, which is a high probability.
Maybe they're like Courtney and they just don't sleep.
Could be.
That's a very real possibility because my wife doesn't sleep either.
But I know I've mentioned it's been this past winter here in Indiana was insanely cold for us.
Yep.
Unusually, and he said something like, "Oh yeah, we get those temps all the time around here." So it's like, where? Oh,
so
the plot
if
thickens.
you get into that Discord, it was a silly winter. But if you get into that Discord, if you can try to figure out if he's Russian, please do, because now I'm intrigued. Also, I forgot to mention, whenever I've been getting into my monologue and just going off on a tangent, I've been using a 6.5 Creedmoor to point at Jonas.
Yes, he has.
Because it was just kind of on the table.
Yeah,
because
he's been fidgeting with these the whole time. Those sure are pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
He's going to try to ferret it out. But I don't know if you know this, but our wonderful studio that you see us recording in, it's actually my garage. So I've just got random, it's mostly D&D stuff, but it's also some of my personal stuff. And I just cleaned out my car, and I didn't realize I had a box of bullets in the back. So I bought them and forgot about them. So who knows how long they've been out here. Nice. So I just kind of got them out, and I've been using it as you know how some people use a cigarette or a cigar to emphasize, or a pipe to emphasize their point. Well, I've been using.
He's been doing that the whole night.
It makes it. We called it man's country.
And this is man's country.
Man talk, as we labeled it. So I guess it just, I don't know. It works. It was here. Just a little pointer.
Yeah. I mean,
please come hang out with us. Geek out or somewhere.
Well, I was even just thinking too. They need help with character. Every Thursday, pretty much, I do a live stream of world building, which can be character creation. Making a world for your campaign, what have you. So yeah, tune in. It's Thursday nights, typically 7 o'clock is when I start.
Yep. You can, through YouTube Live, have Jonas help you create a character.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonas will love it because he absolutely loves getting interaction on these live streams.
I watched that one the other day, but couldn't interact.
Oh.
Hmm.
You know, there was one day last week that YouTube was being weird.
Being weird.
Yep, was being weird. There was like the
Could've
home
been that
pages
one.
weren't working
Yeah.
and people couldn't comment or anything.
Huh.
Because I remember
Weird.
watching a video that was a recording of a live stream. They were talking about it, and I watched that Saturday, and I think the live stream was active Thursday.
Mm-hmm. And yeah,
But yeah, you can have Jonas all to yourself on Thursday night.
yeah, the timing of this is actually pretty funny
It
because
is.
at work, not yesterday, so today's Monday, would have been Friday then. I was thinking about, what am I gonna do for this Thursday? Because as far as like world building goes, I've tackled a lot of lore stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll do a character creation one because I haven't done that in a while. And then it's fate. It's fate.
The Lord has spoken. You shall do character creation, and you shall create your character. So that way you can hopefully come out and hang out with us and participate on Saturday. Because by golly, I've got to do a lot of painting this week. Because if you're going to get on the Discord, whenever we get done with the live stream, I will make sure that I post it in the terrain building space. I've printed off a gladiator Roman style, well, Colosseum basically.
Yeah.
And it is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
It's big.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it whenever it's done. But yeah, no, I've printed off a Colosseum for the final battle for the Battle Royale. So yeah.
That's what I need to.
There's some more incentive to come out and see what I've been doing in my pastime after the children go to bed.
Yeah. Geek out. It's just an awesome place.
It is. Are you a coffee drinker? I know it's going to take a few seconds for you to actually hear what I'm saying because, latency. But their drinks are themed.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get like,
Nice.
well, I don't drink coffee, so I don't really know what they're labeled as. There's like, some of them are named after Warhammer 40K.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them are named after like spells. Some of them are named after, I think, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Some of them are named after Magic the Gathering cards. Like a White Lotus is, I think, like an Americana.
Yeah, one of them, it's like Bilbo's Brew or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're fun. They're delicious, and their prices are really nice too.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
Nothing.
And the best part is that I can walk to it from my house.
Yeah.
Yes. And if you so happen to be into Warhammer building, miniature painting, gunpla, or building like model cars, they also have right next door a business that they also own called Upscale Hobbies. And boy, do they have the paints. They got the Warhammer kits. They've got a bunch of car model kits. Their gunpla section is almost wiped out. Like, I don't know if they ran a big sale that I missed or what.
Yeah.
But a lot of those kits are almost gone.
Huh.
Very interesting. Because that used to be the most heavily stocked. And now I think they're mainly focusing on Warhammer. Because that seems to be their number one seller right now. But if you're into the miniatures and or model building, they do have the Upscale Hobbies right next door. And it is owned by the same people that own the coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But yes, you'll definitely have to rewatch this.
Oh, yeah. I did mini painting for a few years. Nice.
You know what? If you lived closer to Sellersburg, like, honestly, Courtney doesn't like to paint minis. Jonas doesn't like to paint minis. Jonas doesn't like crafting, period.
Don't.
I paint minis. I love painting minis. If you live closer to Sellersburg, I would say, yo, Friday nights, Geek Out Cafe stays open until like midnight. I got a mobile paint case. Let's freaking go.
Ooh, painting party.
Well, that's a bit of a drive for you, and I don't know if you want to make that drive. But if you ever want to paint minis,
Yeah.
I do have a mobile paint studio, and I'm pretty sure that they will let us paint inside. So let's go. Let's go.
They probably would just ask that you put something over the table.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
you
I've
know,
got a silicone mat that I bring with me and all that stuff, yeah.
He is a man of the creative mind to world build. Leaves the painting for the real ones. Indeed.
I can world build. I cannot world build on the level of Courtney and Jonas. They're on a different level. They use all these fancy, well, Jonas uses these computer programs to like keep track of stuff, and he makes, AI images to help himself, all that. Courtney physically makes the maps. Like, if that one wasn't so big, we'd grab it. I'll have to take a picture of it and post in the Discord for you to see. But she coffee stains paper.
Yeah,
that's like cloth.
She is
draws
a
out the
artiste.
maps. Yep. Of course, if you were at the market, you saw the artwork that we had out on the table. She did all of that, but she doesn't like mini painting. But she can world build like the best of them. Jonas can world build like the best of them. I have dabbled in world building. If you want to know my world building, go watch Arc Outer Rifts. You like Halo and first-person shooters in the sci-fi, go watch Arc Outer Rifts.
It was
that was my first foray into homebrew world building, as where Courtney and Jonas have been doing it for, well, ever.
Pretty good while,
yeah. They have it down to a science. To a science. But yeah, no, Jonas does not craft.
I don't.
Jonas crafts in his mind to bring a game to the table. If you want him to have any props that you cannot buy off of Amazon, you got to make it for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm part of the Wayward Inquisition.
We
is because I will make the stuff.
No, we are the perfect trinity.
Yes, that is how we refer to ourselves. If you've watched
we do refer to
any number of our
Trinity.
stuff, we will call ourselves the Trinity.
It says so in my chat text in messages. The group.
Yeah, the group name is
the
Trinity. It is. So let's see. While you're here, is there anything you would like to know about being a man? But something tells me you already know how to be a man. So that might... I don't know. That question may not apply to you.
So glad to talk to y'all. This is to get back in my creative space.
Hey,
heck yeah.
You have to keep the mind going. If you let your mind be idle, you will lose it.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point, you will lose it. It's the same thing as letting your body be idle. You'll lose it. So yes, if you have left your creative space, I've got my little pointer out again. If you've left your creative space, this is your sign to get back into it. Because I don't know if you have kids or anything, but I've got 3 yahoos. And sometimes the only thing to get myself back to like the baseline is to paint a mini.
Hey, diesel mechanic.
Dude, I'm not a diesel mechanic.
I know, but you got the mechanic.
But we got the mechanic. Oh, teen, almost adult. So some people would say you are in the best years. Other people would say you are in the worst years. I don't know. My oldest is 5. So I don't know how that is. But anyways, I use my painting and terrain crafting as a way to get back to baseline after dealing with broken cars all day and then coming home and being a dad and then being a husband. Yeah, no, that's pretty where I'm at. Like Saturday was terrible with the kids. I'm just going like, I wasn't feeling great. They weren't listening. It was bad. If you were at Bass Pro in Clarksville on Saturday, I'm sorry. But then today, getting the text about, but I want daddy home. I love daddy. Made me forget about Saturday. So yes, I get it. It's a mix. It's a mix. I've My children aren't that old, and I've already learned that it's a mix. You don't have kids.
No.
You're not married.
I do not. Nope.
As we've established in this live stream, you've only been on one date.
One.
Courtney's married, but they don't want kids. So, as far as the Inquisition goes, I'll be the only one to ever know how it actually is out in the world of being a parent.
Yeah.
We'll
convince them. We'll convince them. Because they'd be awesome parents.
They would be awesome parents. They would be, but we have to let them figure that out.
Oh, well, yeah.
We have to let them figure it out. But yeah, you got any questions for us? Just let me know. If you don't have any now, you can always throw it in that Discord and we will probably answer you. In fact, I know Jonas will answer you because Jonas is really good about getting in there and answering you. I work a full-time job and have kids. I might get on Discord once a month. I know that is terrible for me to say as a member of the Inquisition, but I'm telling you the truth.
Doesn't have any right now.
No, because he's saving them all for Thursday whenever he creates his character to come
buddy.
to the Battle Royale, so that way he can spend time with everybody, and it will be awesome.
It will be awesome.
You know why? Because 99% of the people at that market were awesome.
They really were. Like, yeah, that market. We haven't heard from them. It's still really
It's still really early.
But from the talks of afterwards, it sounded like they were definitely going to do it again.
Yep, and they wanted us to be involved again. But you know what? You've made our night.
You have 8125.
You really have. And it's been a long time since we've had good interaction on any of our live streams. So this is just, I don't know.
Yeah, what?
Yes, the market was a good time.
An interaction, too, that's not of us.
That's true.
Because, like, Nick chimed in a bunch.
Yeah, sometimes Jessica will get on and chime in, which is my wife. So, yes, from somebody that's not in our immediate sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you've made my night, all right? You really have. You have made a Patrick proud. And the market was awesome. But I will say, being there for 2 weeks straight almost threw you into a fever dream.
It got rough.
Yeah, because during the week, I came to the market right after work. So I'd already worked like a 10-hour day. And then I show up to a market, and now I'm putting on a costume. And I'm acting like not Patrick until 9-10 o'clock at night. The halfway through the second week, I was like, is this what drugs feels like? I will say this. We were not part of the main group of actors. What we were supposed to do, here's your lore from behind the scenes of the Midwinter's Market from the Inquisition standpoint. Hope you got time for this. We were supposed to be running a sorta D&D styled game to where you solve the puzzle to be a Grand Marquis. That was supposed to be our area for 2 hours of a night to do a game, get you more involved into the lore of Lore Hollow, and then send you out on special quests.
Yeah, it was like a hybrid sit-down session, go fetch real-life items.
Yep, and like the quest you all did, we would have you roll dice, and that would determine what we told you to go find the item. We very quickly figured out that wasn't going to work with how the market was set up.
No, yeah.
So nobody really knew what to do with us. So what happened is we started talking to the cast members, in which we kind of just went rogue with the cast members and inserted ourselves into the story plot and line, in which Rob and Meg, being the producers and the ones putting everything on, they could have gone about this one of two ways. They could have said, nope, y'all are weird, y'all are idiots, pack up and leave. Or they could have said, this is freaking awesome. You're all coming up with stuff on the fly. It's making it so much better. Keep doing it. Luckily, they went with that option. So we just kind of became part of Lore Hollow. And we were never meant to be part
of
of
yeah.
Lore Hollow because we had to figure out, all right, they brought us in to run a game. We very quickly realized the way it was set up wasn't going to work. How do we make it make sense that we're here? Because they didn't make us pay for a vendor stall. They let us be there for free to set up and advertise ourselves. So we had to figure out a way to at least help out with something to justify us being there without paying for a spot to set up. And I really hope that we did a good job about it. And from like what you're saying and from what we got back from the actors and Rob and Meg who put it on and all of the vendors, it worked out perfectly. Perfectly enough to where...
Oh, thanks.
Oh, yes. Thank you. But I feel like I should tell you that none of that, how we were involved, was ever supposed to be like that. We just came up with
No.
it on the fly.
It was, yeah. This market was such a test run for everybody.
Yeah, because it was the first time they'd ever done an event like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they, as they told us, this was the pilot for more.
Yes.
And through the meetings that we had after every night talking about things, they definitely learned a lot. For it being their first time doing an event like that, they were more than pleased with how it turned out.
Mm-hmm.
We were more than pleased with how it turned out for us. And hopefully they'll have us back. And we won't be back as like how we were, the Wayward Inquisition. They'll actually integrate us into the cast and the lore.
Yeah.
Because they liked how we just turned into actors within 2 nights. So hopefully we'll be back. You can come see us again. But you know, you're local. You got plenty of opportunities to come see us again. And we would love to see you again. Because by God, those people were awesome. I say half. Like the majority of the people that came through that actually stopped to interact and talk to us, freaking phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Just freaking phenomenal. But yeah, no, I'm really glad that you like the market. But I will say, if you ever work one for that long, be prepared for halfway through the second week to feel like, I've never tried drugs, but I wonder if this is what drugs is like, because I'm forgetting what reality is and what isn't reality. Am I Flint Starmain or am I Patrick? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that was one of the learning experiences was to make it shorter. But to give you another behind the scenes lore, which this one is pretty crazy with how they set up the market. So Patrick had mentioned Ken, who's he's kind of the owner of Logan's
I know where you're going with this.
street market.
This is crazy.
So it's like him and this other guy had taken over the market, and the Magical Midwinter Market was communicating with this guy. And so it's like, it's time for the market. They show up because Logan Street was supposed to set up the market.
Yep. They were supposed, because where the market was is their storage warehouse.
Yeah.
Don't know if you knew that, but that is their storage warehouse. It was filled with storage from all the vendors inside the Logan Street market. Well, guy that they were communicating with.
Yeah. So
quit the day before they showed up and didn't do anything.
Yeah, they didn't set up anything. He doesn't even tell his business partner that, hey, there's going to be this market here. And so in record speed run time, Rob and them get everything set up, which was remarkable.
Ken had to get everything storage related cleared out. And then me and Courtney went this 3 days before the market did the soft launch. So like we did that soft launch on a Monday night. We went in that Saturday just to like see what was going on. And whenever I say like, we walked in and said, how is this going to be ready for Monday? It was a shell. Like They hadn't painted anything. They were still putting up like the main centerpiece. It was all just wood. And we were like, how is this going to be done? And then we walked in Monday when everything was done and painted, and we were like, how did they do this? Saturday, this didn't exist. Monday, it's fully up and operational. What happened? Like, what happened?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, they were supposed to have a month to get that place set up. And they got like 4 days because they had to, when Ken took over the day that Rob and Meg showed up to start constructing things, was the day he took over the event planning. And it was still almost like 7 foot high of storage in that entire facility.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it took some long nights, sweat, magic, probably some blood, probably a lot of cursing, but they got that place together. Somehow. I don't know how they did it. I don't want to know how they did it.
No.
But I understand.
Kudos to them, though.
Why? Because the actors were in there helping build the set.
Yeah.
And then they had to work it for 2 weeks. I understand why they started tired. Because they worked nonstop. Before it was ever open. On top of all their rehearsals. Those people are nuts in the best way possible.
Oh, yeah.
They are nuts in the way that, oh, you need this done? Guess what? It's getting done. And it's getting done on time. Don't ask how it got done. But are you happy? Yes? Sweet. It's theater kids.
Yeah.
It's theater kids.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, all right, we need to do a play. We need sets. Snap their finger. Boom. Everything's done. How? Don't know. Did it look great? Yes. Did it perform great? Yes.
Yeah. It did run very well.
It did run very well. I will say the first 2 nights were a little hectic, but those were the preview, friends and family, and the influencer night, which were good test runs for everybody. And after those 2 test runs, and then we finally opened up to the general public, it did run. It only took 2 nights to get everything running as a well-oiled machine. Everybody had fleshed out exactly what they wanted to say, how they wanted things to run and operate. So, yeah, 2 days of basically what I'd call live rehearsals, with a set audience pretty much. And it was all good. It just ran. It just went.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez. I've been in this chair for so long.
Yes, I was going to say, we are almost at the 3-hour mark.
I don't think we've ever done a live stream for 3 hours that wasn't us playing D&D.
No.
And to be honest, when you hopped on, I was ready to call it. And then you got on and started actually talking to us. So we've just kept going because why would you end something when somebody just hops on? That's just rude to them. That is just rude to them. But unfortunately, it is 10 o'clock. I do have 3 toddlers inside.
You got youngins.
And a wife inside that's probably wondering,
what the heck is going on?
This has been a long time. What are they doing? Well, you know what? I'm glad you got on. And remember, Thursday night, what are you starting? 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock? You normally start solo at 7.
It's usually 7, but with my new work schedule, probably won't be till 8.
All right, so we're going to go be on
We'll say 8
back
o'clock.
here, same YouTube spot.
Oh, yeah.
8 o'clock Thursday. Get ready to ask your questions. Jonas is going to host an entire live stream for you. That's right, for you, to create this character.
Yeah.
So that way you can come out on Saturday, play in this battle royale, have the time of your life, get back into the creative space, get that mind working, and it'll be amazing. But now, for the part that you're not prepared for, is whenever we run down everything that we offer for you. And guess what? We're doing it live for you. So here you go, in front of a live audience.
Oh.
Sadly, we will be ending this live stream tonight because I have family matters to attend to, or else I will be dealing with a divorce and an unhappy wife, which I do not want to deal with.
No, because Jessica's
So,
awesome.
Yes, because she is, and she feeds us, and she takes care of us, and she takes care of me, and that is amazing. So, if you would like to catch up on all things Wayward Inquisition,
I would.
yes. If you like sci-fi, we've got a Star Wars duet. We've got Arc Outer Rifts. You can catch all of that on YouTube, Spotify,
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts. If you are a fan of fantasy, boy,
I am.
we got it.
We got it.
We got it. The first thing was Treachery,
a governor's secret.
The very first campaign we came out with, we apologize if you go back and watch through that. We started off with not good audio, not good cameras.
yeah,
We
rough at the
upgraded
start.
through it. We had some players that did not mesh well that worked their way out. So we started with 5, we ended with 3, and we are still here. But still, it's very good, which leads us into what is coming out very soon,
Oh, yes.
which is Treachery, a Lord's Gambit, which is a far future, more steampunky in the same world, but on a different continent.
Mm-hmm.
If you like Westerns, we have Wicked West, which is another wonderful thing that Jonas runs. It is, well, you guessed it, a Western.
A
with
fantasy.
A fantasy Western, but
Western.
no magic. So we got
No
the elves, we
magic.
got the dwarves, we got like all the weird little creatures. And you know what? There's 6 shooters and horseback riding.
Yep.
I don't know how to sell it much more than that. Yeah, you can catch us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
We got that Patreon. I don't know how much of your money you want to give to us, if you want to give any, but if you want it and you want something out of it, we got the Patreon where Jonas puts up character creations. There's monster creations on there, some behind the scenes artwork, some memes that we don't release to the public because they might be, but that's all on the
maybe too
Patreon.
spicy.
Maybe too spicy. We do have a Redbubble. It's in our link tree. So
The Redbubble.
all that awesome art that you saw at the Midwinter's Market, you can buy it on anything. You can get it on a shower curtain. You can get it on a pillow. You can get it on a throw blanket. You can get it on a sweatshirt. You can get it on a hat. You can get it on a backpack. You can get it on a coaster. You can get really awesome stickers. I mean, all the artwork was done by Courtney. So we do get a portion of the profits off of that. Like Jonas's shirt is from Redbubble. Surprisingly good quality.
It really is good quality.
Actually, pretty decent shipping times considering that they're just made in people's places.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. That's pretty much all. Oh, don't forget the Discord. Get in that Discord.
Yep.
And thank you, because you're awesome. But as we always end it,
Thank you for tuning in. Stay awesome. And remember that freedom always crits.
and go to church. Bye.
Bye.